Good evening everybody. Welcome to my Sunday night stream. I've just realised, as Mushy kindly told me, very confusing. Time zones have changed for others going to British summertime, or rather summertime, wherever you are. Good evening Noxon Out, Marsburg, Bacon Bits, Mushy, Arthurs. Thank you all for stopping by. Ryuka, good evening to you too. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you all had a lovely weekend. Am I echoing? Okay, that's interesting. I haven't done anything different. Let me just check my settings. More like farming weekend. Okay, let me just check. That camera's muted. That camera's muted. The desktop's here. The settings on the microphone is, let me have a look, advanced audio properties. That all seems to be the same. Let's move that over there, close that down. Maybe it's a bit loud. Okay. And the host went back on. Okay, that's very strange. Very strange indeed. Looks like we've got some slight gremlins in the stream tonight. Hopefully it's all alright for everyone else. Good evening, Mysteria and John9. How are you both? Oh, Mysteria, thank you very much for using your Prime. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much. Orio's looking surprised. Let's see some chef's hats and... Oops, I did the wrong button there. I can't cheer my own channel apparently. Let's go through chef's hats and thumbs up. Thank you very much. Mysteria, that's very kind of you for your support. Lizard GM, Dark Queen Gent, thank you very much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. And Kayung, good evening to you all. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I hope you all had a lovely, lovely weekend. We're currently on mount number, what mount number is this? 40 I think it is now. We're going for this, my son picked this one up for me as it was so cheap. There we go. Oh, Winchester, thank you very much. Also using your Prime. Thank you very much for your support. Let's also see some more chef's hats. Oh, where have they gone? There they are. Chef's hats and thumbs up. Thank you very much. Wallon, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I'm not usually one for watching streams, but love mine. Oh, well, thank you very much for your kind words, Mysteria. Really appreciate that. John, also for your sub. Thank you very much indeed. This is a Sunday sub train. Thank you very much, everyone. John, thank you too. Lots of chef's hats. Thumbs up. Thank you ever so much for your support. I haven't even started the mailbox yet. Good evening, Annette, Anno Dojaz. How are you both? Hope you're doing well. Congrats on 4,000 followers. Thank you very much, Wallon. We got that just at the end of Friday night stream. So I think we're just a touch over that now, which is fantastic. Thank you all for your continued support. I really do appreciate it. Let's go have a look at the mailbox whilst we're here. Now, I imagine everything has probably expired. You can't fly on this lovely lion mount we just picked up. So we'll go over and have a look. We'll go to this good old mailbox. Remember the time from this one. Mikoa, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome on board. Hope you're doing well this fine evening. We'll have a look. Solid Lobster, how are you? It's going very well, thank you very much. How about yourself? Also, Jacoris, thank you for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Have you got everything in it? Let me just turn this down a little bit. There we go. You saw prices go up on my server. Okay. Right, let's try that again. See if we've got one in. Got retrieving realm list. Logging into game server. We are back. Okay, so let's go back into him. There we are. So we're back. Many apologies for that, everyone. Let's go back into the world. That was my internet that broke that one. My modem went down and the lights went red. So we're back up in Azeroth. Let's just have a check. The weird thing was, I didn't realise I disconnected, and I went to open the mailbox and there was 0 in the mail. I was like, that's really weird. I've never had a 0 mailbox. So it completely confused me. Now we're going to have a look at the mailbox and we'll find it's completely empty. Any ideas what I'll use my boost on? I don't know. I was thinking of maybe doing a rogue or a monk or something like that. But in absence of knowing, I've just left it for the moment. Although I did think maybe a horde character would be pretty cool. That'd be quite nice. Had some real nice luck with Sinister Sales. Oh, excellent offers. Well, let's hope for a strong mailbox tonight. Amok ESP, how are you? Been a while since you've been able to tune in. Well, it's very nice to have you on board. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. Monk or a shaman, they could be good. Superior, thank you very much for the follow. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you're doing well. So we're just going to go through and start on the mailbox. Let's go with this first. So we do have some sales, which is a good start. We also have some expires. So let's go through with... Take the expires out. Let's deal with those first. A Xantalari or an Orc could be nice. I'm not sure I can do Xantalari because I don't think I've got the required reputation for that one. An Orc would be quite nice. I'll go for that. Right, let's go for that and then do a reload and get the rest of the stuff. Going to scrap about 100 braces now. Excellent, Mushy. Good luck. My server prices went up. Well, it's always nice to see. Oh wow, okay. 111,000. Any expires in here? No, that's the first page. And another 8 before. Wow, okay. I need a 118 horde for that. Oh, okay. 100k plus mailboxes only. Well, it looks like we're good. So this is, bearing in mind this is the whole weekend, so I didn't check the mail at all on Saturday. And then, what was the main thing I did? Yeah, I literally haven't been on much at all, really. I went on briefly, was it Saturday morning, I think? Jalen, thank you very much for the follow. Thanks for stopping by. As you need the storyline completed. Okay, yeah, let's have a look. Okay, so let's go. So, Shadowweave Mask, that's good. 2,600. Oh, look, Enchanted Pen and Cauldron. I've not sold one of those before. That's the first time I've had a sale of those two enchanting pets. 1,900 each. Loads of packs of mastery there. And Sinister Combatant Bracers, Cloak, Tuxedo. Oh, we did sell some Great Sea Catfish in the end, Mushy. So we got at least some of those sold, 40 of those. Glorious Breastplate of the Fire Flash, interestingly. 6,800 there. Some more satchels, Swiftness Potion, a few different enchants there. Some more satchels, more Sinister Combatants. Enchant Offhand Major Intellect, that's a new one on me. Haven't seen that in a while. And then a few shirts. So that's pretty good. Where you reach 120 with or you need to stop your XP. Ah, right, okay. Got your first 100k and fully stopped. Excellent. Nox, sounds pretty good. So looking at this, let's just wait for this timer to reset. We'll open up this first lot, 111,000, almost 112. So let's open those sales, and then we'll see what the last few items in the second page are. So that's a good start, really happy with that. Okay, so the other 8 in the mail, let's do a quick reload and get that going. And we've probably got some expires to deal with in a moment, so let's go through. So that's 12,900 in page 2. So that was 111, 123,000. Pretty good, I would say. Lavender Mage Weave, Quick Navigation, Masterful Navigation, Pact of Haste and Versatility. Very nice. Totally out of stuff, yes, very definitely. Struck with luck, how are you? Doing very well, thank you very much. How about yourself? And Zanzibar, how are you doing? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, so that's a good weekend. Considering that I haven't really played at all this weekend, this is literally from Friday night. I didn't really relist anything on Saturday morning. Simply messed around and bought this mount with my son and got some transmog on my shoulders. That was about all I did. And well, we did put the Great Sea Catfish on. We did that at least, and I might have done Did I relist my enchants? I'm not sure I did actually. Well, let's open this up. 123,000, let's take that. You've earned 600,000 gold in 57 days on the server so far. Very nice, Arthurs. So it just goes to show you can make gold on Shadowsong, even with me making gold as well. I certainly by all means don't have the monopoly on things. So let's go have a look. Let's get ourselves over here. Get our Brutosaur going. And we'll have a look at our auctions. I imagine, yep, here we go. There's going to be a lot of things expiring here. Looks like probably the whole lot is about to expire in 2 hours nearly. Except for, yeah, we did do a reset on some of these, but we're going to take them all off actually. Let's do a reset on everything. So let's go back up to the top. Enough gold for everyone. I would certainly hope so. I have very modest requirements. Maybe I can buy tie spray linen for under 8 gold. If I can find some, I would certainly consider it for under 8 gold. I'm going to need quite a lot of Tide Spray and Shimmer Scale if I want to do any Bracer Shuffles tonight. Do I also do dungeons on Heroic or Mythic? I have not yet. I once did a Mythic +6 back in Legion by accident, and then I haven't done one since. So I'm certainly open to the idea. It's just I spend so much time making gold, I rarely have time for many other things, but I'd love to explore the dungeons. I've done a couple on normal, that was quite interesting. I managed to sell Northland Enchant earlier, excellent, pretty cool. Shadowsong is awesome, averaging around 500k a week at the moment. Excellent, Midnight Hawk. Loving seeing you online and your auctions. Thank you for the mount. You needed vendor mats for BFA food. Alright, well, no worries. You can always use the gold to buy a mythic boost. I guess I could do, but I'd rather do one with viewers really than paying gold for a boost. I think that would be way more fun. Good evening, Dado. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Apologies if I missed anyone coming in there. Oh, Butteroo, I missed yours there. Sell the Umbra Shards. What was that for? Did I miss something from earlier? Your Bracelet Shuffle helped you so much. Almost at your first 2 million because of it. Long boy, here you come. Excellent, Mysteria. Glad it helped. Really glad it helped. You can try dungeons in Heroic. Not that hard, and you can queue with the group finder. Yeah, I'd certainly give that a go. Let's go through and just delete all of these. And then we'll have a fresh set of auctions to go back on. There you are. Opia1, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Doing very well, thank you very much. We got 123,000 in the mailbox this for today, for the weekend. And so let's go to the mailbox now if we can find it. There it is. Let's open up all of these. Proxiver, good evening to you. My weekend was excellent, thank you very much. Lots of time with the family. We put up some shelves, which are now above me. I posted a picture of those on Twitter. Got the collector's edition coin and pride of place at the top there. What's on the agenda today? Well, we've got a lot of restocking to do, so I think that's going to be the main thing at the moment. Probably a bracer shuffle. Have a look at what else there is to do. Probably finish off with some story time at the end. We're going to do a game time giveaway to celebrate getting 4,000 followers. So I've got a keyword prepared already. Let me find out where it is. Okay, so the keyword is over here. 4K follows. And then pop that in the chat, and then you'll be able to enter. And I'll do a draw in another 40 minutes time, so we'll let that run for a little while. We'll see how that goes. There you go, Bacon Bits. You've popped in there, that works. You can see that there and there. But we'll let that run for a little while, so it won't be for another 40 minutes or so. So keep that running for the moment. And then I'll do a game time giveaway, open to NA and EU. I should be able to gift it to each person. I'll just probably need an email address for the winner. Let's go and go through and open up all the mail first and take all these cancels, and we'll repost everything on first. Good evening, Gorga. How are you? Did I miss anyone else coming in? I've got a whole wall of text now. Going to put that in the stream title. I thought I did, actually. Is that not... Oh, no, I didn't press save. Oh, silly me. Update information. There we go. That should be easier. There we go. Oh, Epic Z Gamer, thank you very much for using your Prime. Thank you very much indeed for your support. Really do appreciate it. Let's see some chef's hats. Thumbs up. Thank you very much indeed. It's very kind of you. What else did I miss? Let me just scroll down. Your groups are very sloppy, posting a little low some at times, but got about 900k to go for the long boy. Very nice, Midnight. Then we completely start groups fresh again. They even start a 0 to gold cap challenge. That sounds like a great fun. 4k memory light being. I'm not crying, you're crying with 1k. Yeah, that was a long time ago, wasn't it, Raika? It's amazing. The great thing is to go back into all my old YouTube videos that have my original stuff, and you can see it sort of like steadily go over time. How can you participate? It's 4k follows is the keyword, so number 4, K, and then follows. Is there a way we can get all my groups but how I sort items? DP, yes you can. Have a look at my paste bin. It's not by any means comprehensive yet, but it does have my tailoring in a pretty good shape. Enchanting and leatherworking needs a little bit more work. Paste bin, there we go. Easier there. Oh, Epic Gamer, thank you also for the follow and the Prime sub. Thank you very much indeed. Right, let's go through. We need to post a load on because we've filled up our bags. Let me go through this. Got the task list up at the moment. Let's close that down. So, auctioning. Let's select all groups. Run a post scan. Get everything up at the moment. And then we'll have a look. See if we can get everything back online. And then go from there. New emote, yeah, exactly, Amok. Thankfully, Twitch have increased the amount of emotes that affiliates can get. So we've got thumbs up for the second one, and then I'm going to probably do the long boy sketch emote for the third one that should be coming in March sometime. I'm not sure exactly what date they're going to release that one, and then there'll be another one in April and a fifth one in May. These are really good and informative. Oh, you're very welcome, Struck with Luck. Thank you very much. Gorga, using your Prime for 2 months in a row. Thank you very much. See some thumbs up and chef's hats for that. Thank you very much, Gorga. Very kind of you. Really do appreciate it. Voice lifts me up from boredom. Ah, oh, that's very kind of you to say so. Look for my videos and streams to listen to. When I'm so bored down low at points when you're farming and shuffling. Oh, thank you very much. That's very kind of you to say so. But in May I should be partner, right? Exactly, Mushy. At the rate things are going, I'm sure it's not that long away. It's on my list of things that's going to happen this year, and it's up there. As well as becoming sort of a full-time streamer at the end of the year. Those are my targets. And everything that happens like this is a step closer. Time passes, my voice is still chill. Thank you very much, Rika. It does pass, doesn't it? I can't believe I've done this for over a year now, streaming. It's gone very, very quickly. Right, we've got a few things in our bags that are just disappearing now. There's some of this needs to go on maybe manually. Excuse me, and then we'll maybe just clear out a little bit of this. Let's go and collect everything up first. There's 157. That shouldn't take us too long to collect up these. Thank you, Midnight. Very kind of you. So we're just going to go through and relist everything. You're here for the kitties. Well, Oreo certainly does appreciate it as well, don't you, Oreo? There we are. He started purring. And let's just go through, do a reload, get another load off the mailbox. Ori is wondering why the sudden attention. There we go, got that. Open that one up. What do I think about the new races that are going to come out soon? I'm really looking forward to it. Anything that gives it a bit more variety, a bit more fun, allow people to try something else out. I really like the Kultiran Druid forms, the Wicca, different forms of those. I'm very tempted to roll myself a Kultiran Druid for that very reason. Let's post that lot on, run another post scan.
Needs to be at least 2 centuries old.
But yeah, and the Zanzalari Trolls again, if I was Horde side I would definitely be choosing one of those. But I'd need to get myself, like I said, leveled up to 118 and actually I'd like to do that, because there's the other achievement, isn't there, to do the both sides of the war campaign. I'd like to try that. Doing a race change just for that. Yeah, I would think about a race change, but I'd rather level up new characters, I think, just for kind of like the getting into the spirit of it, really. Imagining a Samadan Gumdrops meet up with the Kitters. Can you imagine? I think poor Oreo would be very scared of Reuben. And Cookie, I think, would be probably the opposite way around. She would be the bully, perhaps. She can be quite territorial. I think Zanzalari, you have to be exalted with the Zanzalari Empire, but not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is with Kultirans. I think, is it exalted with them as well? Because I'm not at the moment. Oh, we're still scanning. Hold on, we've got to wait for a few more. And complete the full war line. Yes, that's true, actually. I haven't done the full one yet. I've still got a few quests to do. Not that I ever find the time to do those. You have to be exalted with Proudmoore. Right, okay, so no chance of that yet for me. I think I'm a little ways off that. I haven't been doing anything really to up my reputation for a long while. So let's just go through and carry on with all of these. Hardest part of being exalted with either faction, yeah. Be nice if they added an item to allow you to name your long boy. Problem with the most expensive thing. Nice to add a personal touch. That would be nice, actually. That would be very nice. I think I'd name my long boy Elliot after the film Pete's Dragon. That's what I would call him. Electrospecs, good evening. How are you? Doing very well here, thank you very much. Sucks big time to get the Kultiran. Can't start the quest chain for A Nation United. Anyone tried this? I've not tried that one. I'm not sure of that one. But if anyone else has any other ideas. Oh, did you just do that one? Which is okay. You always say and say. He likes melon. So close to getting exalted with Proudmoore. Excellent. Stevie B, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Wow, Pete's Dragon. We remember the original, but the remake was okay too. Yeah, I haven't seen the remake. I was very fond of the original. That was where I grew up on things like that. McBainey, good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. Do I have any plans on getting a chair? Not currently with my room set up at the moment. There would be no point me sitting on a chair and leaning down in front of the TV. So at the moment, this is more than comfortable for me for the moment. I've got the sofa behind me for when we're relaxing in front of the TV. Yeah, there is a remake of it. It's I've seen just clips of it. Obviously, it doesn't have. Does it have singing in it? I'm not sure if it does. Oh, we got our first sale of a Hexweave bag. Excellent. That's good. Oh, I meant to do that at a higher price, actually. I wonder what we just sold that for. We'll have to have a check in a moment. Ready to unlock your Kultiran now. Working on the Horde side to get the Zanzalari. Pretty cool. A Brutus character. It's live action, no singing, but it's an okay film. Okay, well, I'll have to check it out one day. Let's go post this lot up. I'm not actually looking at the prices, I'm just going to throw them on for the moment. Completed the 2 achievements yesterday, can now make Kultirans on Wednesday. Wasn't going to do it, but changed your mind. It feels good. No worries. AtiGT, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. The sold sound one, I don't think so, Riker. I'm using one which is a separate add-on called I Sold More. It's this one, Till Sound. That add-on I'm using. I have that feeling when the patch is about to come out. Everyone is so excited and eager to try the new things. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Now, a quick heads up actually. I'm going to shift my Wednesday stream this week over to Tuesday, a day early, because I just want to organise things with my family, and they wanted to use the TV here on Wednesday. So, thinking ahead, just for this week, we'll do a Tuesday stream rather than a Wednesday stream this week. Lost it when your game corrupted after the 8.1 update. Told you about it before, but forgot the name. No worries, Roika. It's been very useful indeed. You have in. Gold making was very good, thank you very much. The weekend we had 123,000 in the mail for Samadan. We haven't checked Earthen yet. I'm looking forward to seeing what he's got. But first we need to just finish off what Samadan's got here. So there's a few things we could probably just pop on manually, like an orange shirt. Let's just post that on for that amount, and let's move this over here so I can see a few of these, like the netherweave tunic. Let's post that on for the maximum, and anything else. Black dress, that looks fine, and the dress shoes to go with them. We'll post that on. And then is there anything else missing here? What's that? A weakening potion. That's a quest item. What else have we got? Nothing else there. Okay. Those are just a small profit, not worth doing at the moment. Okay. So let's leave those for the moment. And then we're going to have to look at restocking, because we've got loads and loads of things to do here. A little cramped here, I must say. So let's just move out of the way, so we're in a bit of clear space. Maybe we need to head off to Dalaran anyway, so let's go over there and we can do a bit of restocking in that direction. What else did I miss on? And then you got 5 110 pluses. Wow, that's pretty cool. Any good ways to farm Leylite Shard? Leylite Shards, well, I guess if you can get Chaos Crystals cheap enough, that would be one way. But in terms of actually farming them, what could you disenchant? It's some of the blues, really. I imagine if you can craft some blues, you could probably get some Leylite that way. In terms of farming, I'm not so sure. Have to do all 3 zones with the same character to unlock the first quest for the Pride of Colteris. That threw you off too when you first started working on that one. Yeah, I haven't done finished the Drustvar zone with Samadan yet, actually. Is it better to scrap or disenchant the green BOE weapons, or no difference with the green BOE armour? I don't know, Gorgor. I don't know what the difference is with the weapons. Got to sale this evening of a netherweave tunic for over 1k. Wow, okay, that's pretty nice. Probably better stay on the floor. Yes, well on, definitely. You just got reins of the grey riding camel. Congratulations, Wise Coder. Let's see some thumbs up chef's hats for Wise Coder. Congratulations indeed. I have no idea what that mount is, but it sounds cool. I'm building up my sinister stocks in preparation for the new races. I will build it up as much as I can. I've already got about 8 of each on for the tailoring side of things. So it all depends on how much expulsum I can make. But yeah, and how much stock I can get of everything. I won't necessarily build up stock ready to sell. I'll just keep on selling the stock I've got. I need to do all the zones, same character for Pathfinder Part 1. Yeah, exactly. I haven't got that yet. Oh, I missed everything here. Coming on. The tunic is for the waste of the time. Yes, that's right. Silent Second. Thanks for stopping by. That beard, you're welcome. It has grown. Yes, it has. Almost mushy. It's getting longer. Looks like they're not the only one who thought that. I think it's reached terminal length at the moment. I don't think it's going to get any longer. I don't trim it or anything. It literally just, this is the length it is at the moment. Right, okay, so let's have a look at restocking. So let's bring up our map. The T and the H at the end need to get swapped over, Mushy. So let's go around and have a look at my auctions. So Hexweed bag we sold for 948. Okay, so there we go. We probably need to update that. Have to remeasure. So sitting at 1.5 million at the moment. I have to go put ribbons. My daughter managed to plait it once. That was pretty cool. It can, Mushy. It's hard enough when it's your native language. So let's go have a look at restocking. I bet you there's going to be absolutely loads here. So groups, base group, everything, restock selected groups. How big is this? Oh, look at that. That's a lot of enchants. Okay, how can we break this down into things we can achieve? Lots of Sinister Combatants gear, lots of enchants. We're going to be really low on a lot of these Umbra Shards and Veiled Crystals. So let's see what we can gather. Enchanting, tailoring and cooking. We'll get started at least and then see what we're left with. What about the Christmas stream? Oh yes, with the baubles. Someone got it in my stream. Go look for it. What was that for? The one from the little figurine spawning randomly in Oldham. I think that was it. Still not bought that tie spray linen. Okay, let me just have a look, Mushy. Let's go have a look. Bracer Super Shuffle. Let's have a look. Must be a lucky stream. Well, I'm glad to share. Oh, look at that shimmer scale. 1 gold 66. There's only 2 of it, but yes please. Tempest Hide at 51 silver. Yes please again. And Tide Spray at 4 gold. Quick, buy. Let's gotta wait for the scan to finish. And Deep Sea Satin at 24 gold. No way. Okay. Let's buy Calcified Bone at 6 of that. Tempest Hide, Shimmer Scale, Coarse Leather at 388, Tide Spray at 410. Let's just open these out a little bit more. Tide Spray, so where do we go? 4 and then 7 gold. Let's go all the way up to 8. Let's buy all of that. Tide Spray at 8 there. Let's get that Deep Sea Satin because that's really cheap. There's only 3 of them, but at 24 gold, that's definitely worth it. That's gone. And then Shimmer Scale looks also really good. It's just a 72 at 1 gold 68, but that's worth it. I'd even get this one, but I'll leave that one on as an offering to the auction house gods. The Calcified Bone, there's another 13 there at 13 silver. No, that's gone. What else have we got? Mist Scale. Do have quite a lot of this, 5,000. But let's pick up everything that's under. I get that 200, definitely. And then what's my Mist Scale average? 10 gold, so 875 is definitely worth it. I've got a couple from Nyx here. 1 Tide Spray Linen for 7 gold. See if one undercuts me. That's a good idea. We'll see how that goes. The Farm's Gaming, thank you very much for the follow. Sorry if I messed your name up. I was too busy trying to buy things here at the moment. So we're just running through, quickly buying as much as we can. So we've got that on for 7. We'll leave. Yeah, we're going to leave that one. And then where was the Tide Spray? On at 8 gold there. You never know. You could get one on for cheaper than that. I don't think I've got any on me, have I? Let's try one of 5 at buyout price of 6 gold. Let's just try one like that, just in case, for 12 hours. post that. There we go, and then we can do a rescan of that. There we go. Had to step away. What did I miss? We're just buying up a whole load of stuff here, seeing if we can get someone to post up some tide spray cheaper. And we're going through Shimmer Scale, Calcified Bones looking quite cheap at 238. Hardened Tempest Hide is particularly cheap. We've got 7,000 of that, so we don't need that much of it. But at that price, I'm going to just pick up the 200 there. And then we'll leave that. There we go. You need to meet like 20 Veil Crystals. I'm going to need more than that, I think. There's going to be loads of them. Been following my YouTube guides. Thank you so much. Oh, you're very welcome, the Thelms. Very happy to help out. That's 200 braces at least. Yeah, so... didn't know people do that. Post one cheap and see if people undercut it. I don't normally post one myself. What I like to do is leave the cheapest one on if it's like a single one like this, Shimmer Scale. And I like to say I leave that as an offering to the auction house gods. But yeah, it's essentially for that reason that people will come along and undercut at this value of 789 rather than this value at 925. I always kind of leave one up. But yeah, we do need lots of stock, so it's not something I usually do, but at this case I definitely do. Well, there's a nylon thread there that's a good price, 45 silver. Let's take that. Anything under 52 is good for me, so I'm going to take all of those. And the deep sea satin's back up to 60 gold. Now I only have 1,200 deep sea satin left. Average purchase price of 36. So that's going to be, and Tempest Hide there at 6 gold 60. I've still got I've got 8,000 left of that, so that's quite healthy. Okay, so we've got that. We also need to check, whilst we're here in the shopping mood, let's just check the enchanting mats. So Veil Crystals are currently sitting at 399. My mat cost is 206. Umbra Shards at 199. My mat cost is 171. So that's not too far off. Gloom Dust is at 10 gold. Now my mat cost is actually telling me it's at 11 gold for that. But I can get it quite easily in other ways, and I do have 885 on me at the moment. And then Legion enchanting mats. I will need some Chaos Crystals if I can get some. And currently, yeah, the price has gone way up to 194 at the moment. And there's hardly any on. There's a real shortage of Chaos Crystals. People just aren't farming for them. Let's just check the Legion order hall. Is the Centenax one up? No, it isn't, unfortunately. Okay, so I'll have to miss that one. There we go. What else are we missing? Needs like 3,000, yeah, definitely. Storm Rage's Deep Sea Satin is way too expensive to continue with part 2 of the shuffle. Yes, I think Deep Sea Satin on the whole has really gone up in price. But in terms of part 2, have a look at leatherworking, because I find my Shimmer Scale is much, much cheaper than the Tide Spray, if you've got leatherworking as well. Let's get the Veil, get the blues, loads of blues. Yeah, exactly. Let's get a leatherworker, exactly. World Quest in Brass for 5 Expulsum, hand in 20 Tide Spray Linen. That's definitely worth it. I'll do that one. Is it not Shimmer Scale? What am I thinking of? There's coarse leather, and I thought it was Shimmer Scale and not Mist Scale. But I may be mistaken. Let's just go through and collect up what things we need first. Tempest Hide and Calcified Bone. Yes, that's for the veiled crystal side of things. Yes, I was thinking about the making the braces. Yes, you're right. I messed that up. Yeah, not the Deep Sea Satin. The Tempest Hide. Yes, thank you, Mushy. The Expulsum side of it, part 2. Yes, my mistake. Yeah, the Tempest Hide. Yep. Apologies for the confusion. I meant Tempest Hide. Thank you for the correction, Mushy. Okay, so let's collect up all of this lot. And then what are we left with? Bolt of Mage Weave we need. We need to buy some stuff from the vendor. We've got some enchanting crafts to do. Deep Sea Satin we need to collect some from the mail. So let's go get that. Also, solely following the leather we're skinning would be more convenient than waiting for a 2x4. Yes, Will, I think that's a good point to make. Let's open up all of this, all our lovely purchases. Yeah, so I'm using the Tempest Hide as it's so much cheaper for me at the moment. So loads of things here for the... How much do we need? 103 Veiled Crystals. That's absolutely massive. 88 Chaos Crystals. That's also massive. Infernal Brimstone and Righteous Orbs we need. A few things from the vendor we can do. Okay, so I don't think we're going to get all this done in one session. Let's see what we can do. Let's go buy from the vendor. Buy those. Okay. Let's look at the auction house for the things we can buy. Let's just check. Infernal Brimstones and Righteous Orbs. Are there any at a decent price? The Righteous Orbs look like they're a good price. Shalderai Silk. And Infernal Brimstones at 40 gold. What's my average purchase price? I bought 10 for 50 gold before. Mat cost is 42, which is what it's at here. So let's go with that. Let's pick up the 12. And then the Righteous Orbs. How many are cheap at 12 gold? There's 28 here. Well, I can easily buy the 10. But I could do with more of those, actually. So let's just go back. That's not worth doing it. That's not worth doing, and that's not worth doing it. So let's clear those. And then let's just go and look for Righteous... hold on. It's easier just to pick it up and then research for it. That'll be easier. Then we go that, and then we'll go that. And then we'll bring up my bags and we can shift click on it. Wherever they are. There we go. And I want to pick up the rest of these. Buy these out. I'm going to buy all of these. There we go. Now we've got the market on those. There we go. Let's collect those up. Right, okay. What did I miss on chat? What have we got? We did today the war campaign. It was a long day, was it? How was the war campaign though? Was it good? Yesterday the ring enchants were reset to 5,500. Wow, okay. Posted 2 at 4,499. Then 2 at 3,499 and 2 at 2,3. Oh wow, okay. That's very strange. It's Norris. I don't understand why. Oh, you had the kills till like noon. Oh dear, Mushy. I hope you need to recover after that. Silver News, shortage of Chaos Crystals and Leylight Shards as well. Has it? Interesting. Have any Blood of Sargeras left? I don't think I've got a lot actually. I'll have to go and get... what will I have to get? See what world quests are up, I guess. Or the Order Hall resources. I certainly don't have 100,000 of them. Guessing TSM was messed up or something. You have no idea either. Almost whispered him to make sure it wasn't a mistake. Yeah, I guess the other thing is people are probably doing it manually, perhaps. Maybe walling to stop the reset, potentially. Crusader Mongoose and Elemental Force cells have vamped up a lot. Yep, that's a good point, actually. Everyone getting ready to level up. Not being yourself in the game. And that campaign has that very often. Oh, you hate not being yourself in the game, and that campaign has that very often. Oh, right, okay. Right, okay, so what have we got? Okay, we can do a few things. Let's do the Bolt of Mage Weave times 8. Where has that gone? Bolt of Mage Weave times 8 is here. Let's create those. Unusual question. What do you think the following method will work? Going to make a female Colterian human dance naked in Stormwind for gold. I have no idea how well that would work. Maybe on some of the roleplay servers, perhaps. I certainly wouldn't recommend it as a gold making method. There are many other ways you can make gold. Say mysterious essence, we need 2 of those, so we can do those from, what have we got? Ethereal shatter, we can do that. How many do we need? 2. Let's create those. Now, who has something that we need? El Mortage, Awakening and Earthen have some stuff apparently. Let's just go back to TSM and see what we're missing here. So Expulsum we need 9 of, so we need to do some bracer stuff here. Who's got the fell hide? Someone's got some fell hide. Those are on the auction house. Those are on the auction house, and volatile fire is on an alt. Okay. Seamanfall, thank you very much for the Prime. Thank you very much indeed for your support. Let's see some chef's hats and thumbs up. 163, not 163, just 103 veiled. That's a lot. That's a lot we're going to need to do. Very much so. So, okay. Oh, whilst we remember, don't forget there's a game time giveaway going on at the moment. I'm going to draw it in about another 7 minutes time. The keyword is 4K follows. I've got the bot running at the moment. The keyword is down here, 4K follows. For all those that have newly come in, we're going to roll that in a little while. So I'm going to do game time giveaway for either EU or NA. I'll just need an email address from you to be able to gift it to you after the stream. So we're just going through everyone I can see is coming in here. And obviously you need to be present, hopefully, and then we can add you in. There we go. So keep that running in the background for the moment, and we'll have a look at what we can create now, and then we'll do the giveaway in a moment. Right, so the things we can do, there's a few things we need to swap out to different people, but let's actually just look at what we can craft now, here, whilst we're here. So Earth and Vitality we can do, Gift of Versatility, Gift of Critical Strike. Thank you very much, ACGT. Let's see, have I got everything else on there? Go that. Right, that's all gone through. Let me just check on those. And Crusader enchant, Major Intellect, let's do 2 of those. Then the rest of these I'm going to need a fair amount of stuff, Veiled Crystals mainly. Look at that, 9 Pact of Haste, 8 Pact of Mastery, 8 of Versatility. Let's just swap over to cooking for now. Get the Mondazi going, as that's worth something. And then swap over to tailoring. So we can do some Sinister Combatant gear. Let's do, the cloaks are always good to do. Let's do those. VQ90, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. How did you manage to open the TSM task list? You're still new to TSM. So when you're doing your gathering, so you've gone to your groups and you've done your crafting operations in here, assuming you've got those set up, then you go to your gathering option here, and if you're doing multiple ones at the same time, you have to make sure your character is selected and then go on here and select the ones that the professions that you're interested in gathering, and then down at the bottom here is the task list, tasks added to the task list, which is here. If it's not open, then if it's closed like that, you click on open task list. You can also do type /task list in TSM, /TSM task list to reopen it. It says there in the chat window. There's a few different ways you can keep it open. Let's make a Shadowweed mask whilst we're here. Gusselin, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. Happy weekend to you. Happy Sunday. Hope you had a good weekend. Let's go through. We're just going to make a few of these things for the moment. And then we'll do the giveaway as soon as it hits 10 o'clock UK time, which is in about 4 minutes time. So the keyword is 4K follows, as Winchester just put in there. Hexweave bag, let's do that. And then we were doing cloaks, so let's make sure we get another one of those going. The boots, can't do those, we need more expulsum. I'm going to take these satchels out. Oh, I didn't actually want to make one, I was going to take it out. There we go. I appear to have some silkweed, so I can at least make some. Let's make one. There we go. And spell thread, we need the volatile fire. This we need expulsum for, and the enchanting we need a few more things for. So let's post on the things we've got so far. At least that way they can be on the auction house. Get those running. So let's go back to here and we'll run a post scan on those. Very good, finally got your petroleum engineer degree. Oh, congratulations. Perfect now time for, wow. Petroleum engineer. That sounds very interesting, Corsair. So what kind of stuff do you do with that? DP is not for subscribers only. The giveaway is open to anyone. We've just hit 20,000 achievement points. Excellent. Good evening, Old Man Farmer. Hope you're doing well. Actually, let's see some chef's hats and thumbs up for Casillan in your new degree. Congratulations. So we've got, now there's a Hexweave bag going at 1,200. That's a good price. Let's go for that, and then everything else seems to be a decent price. 2,700 for a Shadowweave mask. That's better than it was. So let's post all of these on. There we go. So we've got those on. We're all ready for that. Okay, so last chance for the giveaway. Let's bring the Nightbot open at the moment. There we go. Proxiva coming in with a sub bomb. Wow. Empty bags into the bank. Yeah, I'm probably going to have to do that as well. So I have room to shuffle. I'm going to need to, definitely. Thank you very much, Proxiva, with the massive 10 sub bomb there. Thank you very much for your support. Summer Chef's hats and thumbs up all round. Thank you very much for your support. Really do appreciate it. Do I plan to play in EU and NA servers like Hicons and Breg? I would like to do a NA server. I'd like to do a brand new server challenge. So that's something I'd definitely like to do. So let's do this giveaway. So we're going to do 1 month's worth of game time. Oh, and we just sold that Hexweave bag. Fantastic. So everyone who's entered has a little blue dot next to them. Hopefully you're all present and correct. So the keyword is 4K follows. That's this one here. So I'll go and roll it in a moment. Give you all a moment just to come through. Right, okay. So we're going to roll it, and the winner is going to be John 9. Congratulations. Good evening, Rasheen. You literally just missed the game time giveaway. Oreo rolling and rolling. Congratulations, John 9. Congratulations, you win 1 month's worth of game time. If you would like to message me, whether you're EU or NA, send me a message through Twitch, and if you can give me an email address I can gift it to, then that would be awesome. Thank you very much. Oh, and we just sold 3 packs of haste for someone with 3 fingers. Fantastic. And then I'll sort that one out after the stream, John, and we'll get that sorted for you. And Oreo's come back. So congratulations. Thank you everyone for entering, and thank you all for helping me reach 4,000 followers. So that's really, really amazing. I never thought I'd be having that many follows on Twitch. So thank you very much. Right, I've got a lot of stuff to make here, so I've got a lot of things to do here. So let me just let this all run through. There we go. I'll change the title actually. I need to take the giveaway off the title. 4,000 is a lot of people's tips. Indeed it is. Make it 4,000 now. So let's go have a look and just change my giveaway, game time giveaway. Change that back to heavy gold making. Update information. There we go. That should work. Just log a bit to say hello, and now I'll be more relaxed. Got items to check the whole stream week for sure. Got the time to check a whole stream this week for sure. Okay, Gussin. Thank you very much for stopping by. There we go. And meanwhile, Oreo's having himself a good clean. Right, okay, so veiled crystals. Things we need to think about. 103 veiled crystals. As Mashi says, we need to clear the bags for this. We've got a lot of excess things here. Formal white shirt. Did that not post on? Let's just sort that out now. Let's go put that on. Shopping. Formal white. Let's pop that on and do that for 48 hours. Post that. And the same with the lavender mage weave. Even though it's only 10 gold, let's pop it on. Just for giggles, and then everything else can go in the guild bank that we don't need. There we go. Oh, you don't know how to message me? It should be in the web interface for Twitch, John. If you go into your messages, I've got a little icon. I'm not sure if you can see it. There's a little sort of like messaging icon in the bottom right corner I've got in my live dashboard. I'm not sure how it is in the rest of the Twitch interface. You use the warehousing to put everything back. I haven't used warehousing in a while actually. Or use /W. Does that work actually? Okay, thank you, Wylan. The chat button changes to a whisper. Oh, interesting. That's pretty cool. Good evening, Totems. How are you? No reroll tonight, but thank you for stopping by. Let's just sort out all the things we've got here. So, Tempest Hide is there. Let's just minimise this for the moment. And get shortfall to bag. Get it back to your bag when you're going to attempt to put on the auction house. Interesting. Okay. Also can move certain groups into bank more than the guild bank. I'll need to look into that a bit more because I've not been using that. Okay, so let's just go over and deal with this misscale because we've got some room for that. And then the rest of the stuff, nylon thread, we're going to need that. Cooking stuff, let's just move that across in here for the moment. Deep sea satin, oh there's a fish there, let's deal with those. Calcified bone, there's a little bit there. Let's pop that in here. The calcified bone goes in there. And then that's coarse leather, that goes into the top section. Shimmer scale, I believe goes into that one here. Righteous orb, I'm going to put in my enchanting section. Tempest hide is going to go in this one here. Then we've got a lot of other things that probably need to go into my reagent bank more than anything else. So what I'll do is go to my regular bank slots over here.
Hello.
Have a look at my reagent bank. Got a few slots spare, so let's deposit all reagents. What are we left with? We don't need the hardened tempest high. Let's take that back out.
See you later.
And we'll pop that over here. back in the guild bank. Where's Hardened Tempest Hide? There it is. Got that there. Okay, so that's a little bit clearer. We've got 108 slots free at the moment. A load of enchants here that haven't really sold. Are a bit too low in price. Not sure what I'm going to do with those, really. What else have we got? Infernal Brimstone we'll need to keep for the moment. Okay, so let's do that. Should I now finally get the junk out? No, not really. It's still a bit of a mess. Commander's TSM Bank UI. If you set up groups, you can use them to move stuff in and out of your bank bag. I'm going to have to give that a proper look. Yeah, it is a function of TSM, as much as you said. I don't use the bank UI. I've just kind of gotten used to the way I use it at the moment, but I'd certainly look into it some more. Let me just check on that, just to make sure it's gone through. Oh, we're gonna... Excuse me. Thank you, John. I've got your message, so I'll sort that out after the stream. I'm assuming that is EU. Thank you very much, everyone. There goes my head. Right, okay, what have we just sold? Pact of Haste. Right, we need lots and lots of things here. Let's go get that Expulsum first and foremost, whilst I remember. Otherwise, we're going to forget. And we're going to end up using our Tide Spray on bracers. As you gather anyway, before you enchant, cook or craft, with the exception of BFA. That's true. You use shortfall bags all the time. It's amazing for excess stock in your guild bank to go to auction house. Oh, right. Ah, sound defense. Now this could be useful for Earthen to do that. Okay, there's another option there. Where's the Tide Spray? Supplies needed Tide Spray. That'll be round the back. Okay, so let's go around there. So having it in your ration bank is not useful. So let me just see if I can work that out. I see. So what you're saying is basically, because I'm not crafting straight from my reagent bank and I'm using the gathering operations, it could just be in my bank just as easily and it'll be fine. Okay, that does make sense. Tide Spray Linen, let's do this for 5 Expulsum. That's a good start. We've got those for the moment. Got your first 310 gear yesterday. Excellent, Old Man Farmer. You got a helm. Congratulations. We've got to all start somewhere. If you should look at Samadan's gear, it's certainly not the best, and it's only gone up gradually over time through doing various things, mainly Darkshore World Quest. So, looking at this, where are we at? We've got 107 slots free. We've got 5 Expulsum on us at the moment. So what were we missing on a Sinister gear? We can make a few things here. We can make some bracers to go with all of that. Fire Flash, Harmonious, and Peerless. And then we can do a belt and some mittens. Add those in. Can we do boots as well? No, we don't have enough for that. Okay, so let's post those on. We're posting as we go so that we can maximise our auction house time. So that's on. Run a post scan on that. You didn't mean to say that. All mats can be in your guild bank, just BFA mats are in your reagent bank. Oh, right, okay. As for all crafting sessions, I gather. Yeah. And the BFA mats are nicely out the way. Yeah, so we've done the turn-in for that. So 4,000, 8,000, 6,001 and 13,000 for the belt of the Fever Flare. That's a good price. If we sold one for that, that would be very nice.
find anything exotic.
Okay, so we're done on that. And we've got 3 marks of honour we need to get on over to Earthen. But let's have a look at what else we need to do in terms of the bracer shuffle. How much do we have for Tide Spray bracers? How many have we got? Let's switch to the standard user interface. So Tide Spray linen, we have just the 40 on us at the moment. That's all we can make, just the 3 bracers. Not a lot really, but let's use them whilst we can. They're all green, so let's go and scrap them. Just queue those up and scrap those. Not expecting much expulsum out of that, but you never know. There we go. There we go. How do you favourite things in the crafting user interface? Oh, that's quite a handy one, that one. What you do is you simply right click on it. Anything that's in your regular list, you right click on it and go set as favourite. And then if you want to unset it as a favourite, you right click again and remove favourite. But it's really nice for all the stuff that I regularly do. I keep all up here at the top, and it's a lot easier. I prefer it with the standard user interface over the TSM interface, which can get a little bit overwhelming. Even though you can search for things, it's not always easy. I didn't buy that much of the Tide Spray. There wasn't that much on the auction house, unfortunately. So if we go back and have a look at what is available, go into the shopping tab, and actually we'll just go and look for Tide Spray here in our favourite searches. Tide Spray linen exact. Let's have a quick look. So the one we put on for 6 gold, no one's gone underneath that at the moment. We could maybe buy the 19 and the 5 here that are 8 gold. There's one here with a bid on it for 4 gold 80, but it's got 48 hours left on it. And then other than that, there's not a lot on here really. So going back over to Earthen, even at 9 gold you're fine. Well, given that everything's rising in prices, that's not a bad shout. Let's have another look again. So that would give me 9 gold 50. There's 800 there. That wouldn't be too bad. I could take that. As I need to make quite a lot, let's have a look at our spreadsheet. Let's go and put that through. Okay. Let me just go find it. Bracer Super Shuffle. So these are our prices at the moment. So at 9.2 gold, the Tide Spray bracer is coming in at 94.60, which compared to the shimmer scale here at 90, shimmer scale being at 10 gold. So if our Tide Spray went up to 9.5, the bracer comes up to 97 gold. So that's not a massive amount. Umbra Shards coming in at 186, which is still under the 199 they currently are. So yep, I'd agree with you. 950 is okay. Just sold Torrent of Elements. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't sold one of those in a while. Let's go through, take those 800 at 950. Whilst we're here, let's clean out the in-between ones. Do those and those. I'm going to leave that as another offering to the auction house gods in case mine gets bought out. So we've got a 6 and an 8 and then a 983. That should work. Numbers are getting out of hand, yeah. Yes, they are. They're just slowly creeping up, aren't they? I guess that's the whole point of it. As more people find out about this kind of thing, prices are going to average out eventually. Just got your highest kill, 16 in Battlegrounds ever. Congratulations, Proctor. 16 is huge. Is it good value for you to create tier 3 bracelets just to disenchant them? It is, Panda, using this method that I'm going through, making the bracers to make into enchants. The enchanting materials are cheaper for me to make this way than they are for me to buy in the auction house. You want cheaper, but you still want to make a big profit, exactly. In the YouTube has a link with a spreadsheet. Exactly, it's in. Now I don't have a link to that specific video, but if you do a search for the Well, if you go to my YouTube, it's in there as one of the playlists under TSM, the tailoring deep dive and other TSM tips. It's in that playlist, and you'll find the Bracer Super Shuffle in there. It's one of my recent videos in the past month, bar all the stream ones, of course. No worries, Panda. Glad to help. When you're going, when you're going for a cooking stream, I did cook a roast today. I would have been tempted to do a cooking stream with a chef's hat on. Nice idea. Can you scan certain materials with TSM to see if someone posts them at a good price? Totally new to TSM. Yes, exactly, at TTT. That's what we're doing here. We're looking on a shopping scan here for just Tide Spray linen, and we're finding the good prices. I myself have got one on for 6 gold here, so we're hoping that someone's going less than that. But you can also have groups of items, and you just get TSM to look for that. Like everything in the Bracer Super Shuffle, I've added into one group, and then you do a shopping scan for all of those, and TSM will look at all the auctions and list them in order. For me, it's in order of average buy. You have an issue on auctioning singles or crafted items where the normal price is higher than your min price. Your min is the max between 110% crafting or the average of that and that, and normal price is 150% of DB market. What should you change in that setup? So Winchester, I would suggest also Jello Shots, thank you very much for the follow. I would say put in, because your normal price is 150% of the DB market, make your normal price an average of 150% DB market and 150% of DB region average, because you're using an average of the two in your minimum price. You might as well use an average of the two for your normal price and your maximum price. That way they're more likely to stay together. So I'm just going to leave these for the moment and go back to collecting up our bracers. Let's go do that. What did I miss on the chat? There we go. I think we've got everything. Thank you very much, Jelly Shots. Very kind of you to say so. We're just going through. We're about to do the Bracer Super Shuffle. So we're going to get all this Tide Spray linen. We're going to make a whole load of bracers. We need some expulsum for Samadan. So we're going to scrap some of this. And the rest we can send over to Earthen, who's going to then scrap it. Get expulsum on Earthen, my leather worker, who's then going to make honourable bracers and then send them back to Samadan to disenchant into veiled crystals. So we still need, how much expulsum do we need? We need another 4. Okay, so let's make our bracers. We can make 83 bracers now, so let's start with those. Let that run. We've got enough space to make them all in one bag slot, so that's fine. So just stretch my legs out. This new tailor flip is happening after the nerf of Deep Sea Satin. Seems hard to disenchant tier 3 bracers. Deep Sea Satin is really expensive. I wouldn't recommend using that method to get your veiled crystals at the current prices, say on my server. Because for me, if I bring up the spreadsheet that I've been using, oops, didn't mean to go full screen there. Okay, let's move that down. So looking at the honourable things here, the Deep Sea Satin is costing me 835 gold, which is massive, whereas the Tempest Hide I've been able to get much cheaper. Tempest Hide I got an average for 4 gold. Compare that to Deep Sea Satin, which my average is 30 gold, which is still really cheap because Deep Sea Satin is coming up at more like 80 gold or 90 gold. So for me, it's actually much cheaper to make honourable leather bracers, because I got the rank 3 of those using Tempest Hide and calcified bones, and that gives me a veiled crystal price of 217 gold, which currently veiled crystals, they're actually about 399 compared to that's my old DB market price. I changed that to 399. That's what it was when I just looked at it a minute ago. So that's the thing to do, is to basically look at all your prices here and the spreadsheet will tell you which are the cheapest braces for disenchanting are here, and then the braces for the veiled crystals down here. If you've got a leather worker and a tailor and an enchanter, that's what you really need to be able to make full use of this. So we've got quite a few blues there. Let's start with disenchanting those. Go through those. What did I miss on the chat there? What did we see? You don't make the epic braces with tailoring, you do it with leatherworking. Yeah, exactly as Rasheen said. That's something Want to Buy Gold, yeah, Reckles didn't cover in his video, sadly, was making good use of a leatherworker in addition to that. Oh, didn't mean to click that. Let's put that back down. That's what I meant to do. Congrats on the 70k in one day. Very nice indeed. Just hoping you're saying the exact same in other words. What was that for, Mushy? Did I miss something in other words? Across leather breakers on the full. Yes, exactly. As Mushy said as well. You got 61 veiled in stock. Nice. Very nice, Mushy. Did the video too fast. Posted a nice comment on this video. Oh, thank you, Penna. Very kind of you. It's a tricky one to get your head round because it does involve going from one thing to another thing. Zalchin, thank you very much for the follow. Or Zalcin. Either way, thank you very much for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. We're just going to go through and make a whole load of braces. Well, we've made the braces. We're now going to scrap them. We'll scrap this whole lot, I think, as Samadan, because we could do with the... why didn't that just queue up? That's interesting. Let me just try that again. Q0, eligible 10, Q all. I clicked the wrong button, that's all. Okay, let's go scrap these. I'll get that. And then we'll have a look. So we're looking for the expulsum here, coming through. We've got one already. That's a good start. Even took you 2 weeks to grasp the whole story. You can't see my scrap. Oh, it's just down here under Oreo. Seeing as Oreo is just lounging around, we'll put him over there for the moment. We'll do that. I didn't need... yeah, I needed 4 expulsum for Samadan, but I'm going to do the whole lot, so I've got some ready for next time I make some Sinister Gear. Corvexus, thank you very much for the follow. Apologies, I have to keep leaning forward to see the small text in the corner. Which scrap add-on do I use? It's called Easy Scrap. So it queues up 9 at a time. I wish it could queue up 900 at a time, to be honest. It would be much, much nicer. Or at least 100 at a time. That would be most useful. We have a larger scrap-o-matic that takes 100 at a time, would be really, really useful. That way we can just scrap, go make a cup of coffee or something and then come back. But as it is, it's not too bad. The way I get round it is really just doing it in small chunks. I try not to just spend like several hours and hours and hours doing it. You'd be happy with just 81. That's a very precise number. That's just 9 times 9, isn't it? Even though you're new to gold making, you're eager to learn and have set a long-term goal target of the Longboy. Excellent, Winchester. That's a very good target to have. I'm really glad that they introduced the Longboy, because that as a gold making challenge is that's a really solid amount to go for. Any cool way to make use of 100k Legion mission table materials, the order hall resources? For 100,000 of those, you could get Bloods of Sargeras out of that, I think, and then from there you could craft things that need Blood of Sargeras. Like there's a lot of the enchants at the moment that I need Blood of Sargeras for. And I think There's the missions, yes. And the vendor table as well, yes, as Mushy said. I think it's cost like 5,000 for that. So right, we've done that, so we should now be able to make our missing Sinister gear that we wanted. 2 of those, or make those. And we're also missing out on Enchanted Spell Thread, which means we need to go to alts for that one, because someone else has got those on them. So we'll just post these 2 up for now, and then we need to swap over to Earthen anyway. So let's have a look at the task list. We need to swap over to Earthen to collect some things up. Gumdrops has resubbed for 5 months. Thank you very much, Gumdrops. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see some chef sets. And thumbs up for the one and only Gumdrops. Hope you're doing well. Oh, and Dawn, thank you very much for the follow. Rasheen, 5 months, slacker. Talkman. I saw you that. I got that. That was Gumdrops. Hope you had a good weekend, Gumdrops. What do you recommend selling right now for quick gold? I would recommend selling Hexweave bags, or if you can get them cheap enough, the Silkweave satchels are good, if you're a tailor that is. If you're an enchanter, then any of the good BFA enchants are doing well at the moment. Also the leveling ones like Elemental Force and Crusader are selling really well at the moment. Anything that's going to help someone who has is going to get the new allied races when they come out. So lots of those things that people need for leveling are going to be in high demand. So I'd certainly recommend those ones, if you could make them, that is, depending on your professions. Every BFA enchant loses money on your server. Then that would be a question of trying to get your enchanting mats down lower if you can. That would be the main thing. Throne of Thunder, I know Mushy's done a lot of those, and sell everything to the vendor. That's pretty good. 15k an hour is very nice actually, if you can stomach doing it lots and lots. So we need to swap over to Earthen. So we're done here on Samadan. So let's just pop back out. Still got to get this 103 Veiled Crystals going. So we need to look at the bracer situation for Earthen, see how many Shimmer Scale ones we can do. Once per character per week. Yeah, so that's the limit on it, isn't it? You've just been selling BFA enchanting mats. That's the other way, isn't it, Ryder? If you can't do the enchants and they're negative, then the actual materials themselves are worth doing. Right, oh, I missed that. Let's get myself into the bank. Oh, we need to check the mailbox first. Let's just do the guild bank for the moment. Let's see what we've got in terms of Shimmer Scale. How much do we have? Let's just minimise this down. Actually, what did the TSM task list ask me to make and pass on to Samadan? The fell hide, was it? Okay, let's go get that. That way we can do that whilst we're here. Let's move the fell hide out. And we'll head on back to the mailbox. We'll do that whilst we're here, and then we can check our mail as we're here. Hexweave bags, they do take a while with the work orders. If you've got a lot of primal spirit, you could use it for that, but I probably wouldn't recommend it. The main thing is using your garrison for it. Okay, we've got a lot of expires here, so let's open those expires. We need to get that sorted. Skip the daily cooldown for Hexweave with a recipe called Primal Weaving, which you get from the herb trader in your garrison. It's not there every day though. No, that's very true, isn't it, Rasheen? If you've got it, then it's certainly useful as an alternative way for getting a Hexweave. I do have quite a lot of Primal Spirit myself, but I haven't quite taken the plunge and used it for making Hexweave bags yet. Good evening, Bullseye. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. It can be super cheap depending on how you obtain your Primal Spirits. Dust and herbs are generally pretty low on prices. Yes, that's true actually. So Primal Spirit is like 2.5 gold. Okay. That's not bad, is it, in terms of gold value? that would still make my hexweave profitable, I think. Okay, so it looks like poor Earthen didn't get any sales. So I think, have we filled up? No, let's get that through. There we go. Spreadsheet time. Yep, I feel a spreadsheet coming on. I have to work out the price of Primal Spirit. How can you get Primal Spirit cheaply? And then what can you do with that? And then how much would it cost for the hexweave? That's something worth calculating. So nothing on the mail for Earthen. So let's do what we need to do, which is post it with the task list. Let's move this off so I can see this. It's getting a little bit cluttered here. Okay, so we need to send to Samadan the Fellhide. Let's do that now. And then we need to post on our auctions. We need to clear that. So let's just minimize the task list for now. Get ourselves back in order with Earthen. We've also got this a sound defense going on, which I'm really tempted to do, but I want to get the gold making side of things done first. We need to do that. So let's just go auctioning and post everything on first. Pretty new to TSM. Can you make an operation that vendors everything over a certain amount of post expires? I don't know whether you can do one that automatically does the expires. You do have a command in TSM for num expires, but I don't know whether you can make a group for that. If Gumdrops is still in the stream, he will be able to answer you more succinctly though. Also sent you into a diabetic coma trying to figure out his numbers versus your numbers and how you could balance the difference over all professions, all in chance. All you wanted after that was like 20 kilograms of chocolate. You never know. You can in the vendor section of TSM. Can you, Wallon? Excellent, that's good to know. Just trying to tell me afterwards. Okay, thank you, Corvexus. I haven't used it myself, but as Wallon says, you probably can. And by the way, shout out to Wallon if you haven't checked out his streams. He does stream. Slash shout out to... Oh, I'm on caps. Wallon. Wow. Go check him out. And also, I'm sure you all do anyway, but I know you all know about Gumdrops, so we'll do a shout out for Gumdrops as well. Assign a group to like BOEs and save 25 max expires, vendor them automatically when you visit a vendor. Interesting, I'll have to look into that one. You're terrible at vendoring operations. I haven't looked into them, Gumdrops. I know they are there, but I haven't actually looked into them yet. No worries, Wallon. Happy to spread the love. So let's just go through and post these on. Loads of things. These sausages haven't sold since they've sold the first time, but we'll go through, put all this Sinister Combatant stuff on. Selling nearly everything to the vendor. It's not a bad call if you're doing some of the old world stuff and you can't be bothered with the transmog side of things. Only want to work with the crafted stuff, yeah, definitely. Chocolate gold. Well, it is almost Easter, so we're coming up to the right time for that. So, what have we got here? Mail gauntlets didn't get posted on, so let's just do that one manually. Let's go back over to this side and do a shift on that. What's our crafting cost on this? 648, so any price will do. Let's just post it on for that. 48 hours, post that on. Now, let's have a look at what we can do bracer-wise. So, looking back at the spreadsheet, what kind of price were we looking at? My coarse leather... Let's check my prices actually. What's my coarse leather? And we want to look at coarse leather price along with bloodstained bone price and shimmer scale price. So shimmer scale, bloodstained bone and coarse leather. Let's just check those. Perfectionosin, thank you very much for the follow. What did I miss there? We now have 80 items of 10k plus. Wow. Just remember to set max expires in your auction to match it, so it won't go on the auction house and stay in your bags, and then vendor to auto sell. Yeah, that makes sense, Wylan. Yeah. The shield with the burning skull value was 110,000. Yes, the skull flame shield. I sold one of those a while. Make gold cookies and chocolate on it. That definitely sounds good, doesn't it, Lizard? No worries, Wylan. Thank you ever so much for stopping by. Hope you have a good night's rest and hope to see you again soon. So let's just check our prices whilst we're here. I think I've got most of these in my bags. What have we got? Calcified bone, no. Bloodstained bone. So the average price of that is 723. So we're here, bloodstained bone, 723. It's a lot slightly cheaper. 7.24, that's close enough. And then coarse leather. Where was that? Coarse leather, I've got some. Oh, that's raw beast hide. Shimmer scale we've got here though. Average purchase price of 644. So shimmer scale here, it was at 10. 644 is a really good price. And coarse leather, I'm not going to use coarse leather anyway because I much prefer to use shimmer scale because my coarse leather is useful for my sinister combatants gear. So I choose that over that anyway. So let's make as much shimmer scale as we can in terms of braces. So let's find out where it all is. We only have 180 and 74 in the guild vault, so that's not going to do us very well at all. Let's just check the auction house. Let's have a look for shimmer scale exact. So let's go shimmer scale slash exact. We can actually just type that. You don't need to type that in actually. We could have just shift clicked on the item. So the next price up from that is coming up to 10 gold. There's a lot of stuff here at 10 gold. A few that are going to expire at under 9 gold. So if we were to take shimmer scale up to 10 gold, let's have a look at this just as an example and take that to 10 gold. Then our shimmer scale arm guards are still going to be 88 gold, which means our Umbra price and Gloom Dust price are still reasonable at 183. So I would take that most definitely. Bloodstained bones, they're quite cheap at 724. Well, it's actually 723. So that's a good average price. So I'm okay with that on the bones. So the main thing here is looking at the shimmer scale. So looking at all of this, I'd be happy to take some of this under 10. Now do I risk a few of these that have got a good bid price on them that's 1 gold less? It would make sense to. It's under 2 hours. So I'm going to take a bid buyer on these. Take those ones. And then the one of 100. That's 901 versus 950. Let's try it on a bid. And then we'll take a buyout on the 200s that are left. There's 2 there, and then I'll take those 2. Then there's 3 stacks of 87. That's a very strange number to have a stack of. I'm going to take those. And then I'll take the 18. I'll leave that one as an offering to the auction house gods. I'll take that. I'll even take the ones that are exactly 10, because those will be useful, because that's the price we put in. And the 3 lots of 20. So shimmer scale is good. Let's take all of that. Now, the great thing of having some capital on Earthen was nice. I was able to buy all of that. I've still got 147,000 gold left. So really happy with that from that point of view. So let's open all of those. And you can still make many more with Ticeray as it's well under 100 exactly. So I'm going to keep on going with the cheapest I can get. So having a look at this, leather working wise, let's go to the standard interface. Shipper scale arm guards, we can make 102 straight away, and we have a, how much bag space? 116 bag space, so let's make all of these to start off with. let that run through. And what else are we missing on? That's all good, that's all good. Okay, not a bad start. Skillshots Live, how are you? Let me say thank you for my content. I've made about 8 million in sales the last 30 days with my bracelet shuffle. Wow, that is a lot. Congratulations on that, Skillshot. Love the sound of that. Let's see some chef's hats and thumbs up for Skillshot's lovely gold amounts. Congratulations. That's a very nice month. Very nice indeed. That's probably a lot of shuffling, yeah. Fact your chants are all above 2k, so there's enough profit for the next step. Good point, Mushy. Yeah, so I want to make sure that everything can scale up enough, as long as I can get enough stock for everything. That's the main thing, and it seems like enchants are still selling really well, so that's the next one. The vendoring group works. Excellent, Covexus, glad it worked. Thank you, Wallon, even though you're not here, for your help on that one. And Mushy as well. So just going to make all of these braces with shimmer scale arm guards. So these have a crafting cost, according to TSM, of 87 gold, based off our bloodstained bones and shimmer scale, which are based off of the average buy price, which then will translate into everything else. Hey, it's a missus. Mailbox was very good, thank you. We had 123,000 for the weekend sales, so I was happy with that, definitely. How's your weekend been? Hope it's been good. Right. Arm guards done, so we need to post all the blues over to Samadan for disenchanting. So let's go with that and go to our groups and mail selected groups. Let's watch all those blues go away. Send all those through. We also need, still got some more shimmer scale here, so we can make some more once we get some more bloodstained bones from the bank. But let's just scrap the ones we've got here. We'll do those for now. So that's all shimmer scale in the queue. Let's do that, and let's start scrapping these. So the main thing we want here is Expulsum, which is going to give us honourable braces using the Tempest hide. And that will give us our veiled crystals. Need to get 1 or 2 back per scrap. That would be nice. I haven't got any yet. You only need 4 per bracer. What's that for? The so if you scrap 200, you can make another 150 bones. Okay, thank you. Teddy Check, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're doing well. We're just going through and scrapping a whole load of braces, ready to turn into Expulsum, which will then turn... I haven't had any Expulsum yet. This is a terrible rate so far. Oh, there we go. We just got 1. And lots of mythic raiding guilds. Oh, okay. That's pretty good going then. If you've got a good supply to feed all the enchants to, then they're definitely going to snap them up. Very nice indeed. Right. Doing quite poorly on the Expulsum at the moment. I think the new races will make the 340 eye levels go up in volume price. I would expect so. People will want to kit out their new 120s with enough gear to then be able to get into things like what's the base for mythic? Is it 340, or some of the LFR rates is 340? So there's kind of like a cap there that will give people incentive to at least get their gear up to a certain level, so that they then get their gear even higher. but also the time for 111, yeah. Do you think oversaturating a market can be a problem to the point where you would rather sell the materials or expand into other markets? Oh, definitely. If I find something has just gone too much one way and I'm struggling to make gold in it because it's oversaturated, then most definitely I would look to alternatives. It's always good to spread yourself over several different markets so that if you notice one dying down, you can always go in and do another one. Let's just go through. Thank you, Yankee, for the follow. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you're doing well. Islaici, is that right? How are you? Hope you're doing well. You don't always have to be the cheapest on the auction house. This is very true. Very true indeed. Okay, so we were looking for bloodstained bones, of which I have quite a few, and some shimmer scale there as well. Let's just take a row, rather a column of bloodstained bones. That should get us going a little bit there. Now we can make another 217 arm guards. So we have enough space for 111. So let's ignore that. Let's go with 110. Create those. So I'll get another load of arm guards going. Fill this one up again. Slacky, how are you? What advice would you give to someone who struggles to make a good amount of gold? Or define good amount? What are you happy with to have as a good amount of gold? Is it enough for a token? Are you EU or NA? So how much is a good amount of gold? What would you suggest selling to get started? So raw materials, BFA materials, would be what I'd suggest to start off with, because those are usually in high demand by most people. So whether it's herbs or ore or cloth, things like that, or things from the leatherworking and skinning scene. What's the best website to see what old transmogs sell on your server? Well, you can check the Undermine journal. That's a good idea to get an idea on prices and see how many of them are on at the moment. Blue Whale game? What's the Blue Whale game? Is lazy. But yeah, the main thing is that the Undermine journal will show you prices of things, and then you can get an idea. Takes it out the cloth. Not sure I follow that one. So we're just going to make all these braces. Should get a good... Well, I've got a few blues we can send down to chop off a head. Oh, right, okay. Enough for a token, but with a bit left over. Okay, so your EU, so that's about 160,000 gold a month. So probably looking at things you could do. Well, yes, so I would say look at some of the things like herbing and ore and start selling those as a beginning thing. It depends on what other professions you've got. What else do you enjoy doing in the game? Do you enjoy farming? Do you enjoy running dungeons? What kind of thing do you enjoy, and what kind of professions do you have at your disposal? And that would give us a good idea as to what else what tools you have available to you to be able to then make gold. So let's just send those ones. So you want to see a list of sales per month, not individual items. That could be a tricky one. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Panda, how you get that data. I mean, you could check the... let's just put Oreo's camera back on. Oh no, not my one off. That one on. There we go. Seeing as Oreo's come back. He just scrapped the wrong character. Whoops, Snox. On your main you have mining and jewel crafting, And your alt has herb and alchemy. Okay, so at least the raw mining and herbalism, you could try selling the raw items of those, see how much gold you can make to start off with. Undermine journal is good to see what items are not for sale on your specific server. How do you do ones that are not for sale? Okay, so we're going to go through and just scrap these. Well, I guess you can see them in the graph, can't you? You can see them come through as a shadow, yeah. You'll link my server tailoring. Okay. Let's have a look at that one when it comes through. Let's queue all of these. And then pop that up. So trying to get some more expulsum going here. Only got 6. So that's a terrible rate. Okay, so looking at... Let's bring this on over. So there we go. So looking at tailoring. Oh, I see. So looking at the things that are available, things like these have got a 0 on them. Honourable Combatant's Cloak has got a 0 on it. Walters, thank you very much for the follow. And then down here we've got... What else have you got? Royal Satchels. Look at the price of those. And then... consumables, absent transmog. Ah, right, here we go. That's an interesting one. There we go. Okay, this is interesting. Thank you, Mushy, for this link. So there you've got things that haven't been seen in a while. Battlecrest Hood. Wow, that's expensive. 4 hours ago. What does that do? Battlecrest Hood. Item 73. Prismatic Sockets. Head item. Okay. I guess that shows what's not on the server. But whether it sells or not is a different matter, isn't it? Mooncloth Shoulders is one I was thinking about. Last seen in November. Wow, that's a long while. Okay. Okay. I can see some opportunities here. Tie that in with the recipe lookup, and you can find some things that you haven't got. That would be very useful. Okay. Just check if it's a unique appearance for all the things. Oh yes, okay, so the cross-reference for everyone who's using all the things and trying to get that going, that would be very useful, as you want everything in game. Okay, so using your own motivation is how you're doing all the things, using that as a reasoning behind why other people would want it, and then you can buy it. Okay. You can craft the entire set of Mooncloth. Okay, Arthur, we better put some on and see if you can get some sales. I know the Mooncloth robe is definitely a good one. How do you see that not for sale list again? Once again, been very generous to you today. Excellent regime. So this was a link that Mushy showed me from tailoring. So if I go back up to the top, so this was category tailoring. So if you were to go to your server, so it's under the category tailoring, so you go back to the Undermine journal, and this is on my server EU Shadow Song. So I take it you're just looking at each of these ones. So if you were to say look at leatherworking, and then scroll down for all the leatherworking items, absent transmog from here, and see when it was last seen. Primal Batskin Gloves, hasn't been seen since 2015. Interesting. Okay. Tam Online, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. But very, very good. Thank you, Mushy, for that hint. That's a very nice one. Worth looking out for some hidden niches, definitely. I've yet to sell a robe though. Been on there for 2 weeks. Yeah, I sell a robe very infrequently on Shadow Song, so it's certainly not a massive seller, but the profits are really good on it. Some items cannot be made as the materials are missing. Oh right, okay, so they're not going to be seen as well. Well, if anyone can make anything out of solid shot, the old hunter ammo, my hunter has about several thousand of those. That would be useful. Try looking at blacksmithing enchanted thorium leggings, 500k plus. Wow. Okay. That's a lot. I don't know if I've ever sold. I've got the thorium, I think, but I haven't done that. How can you make the Undermined Journal dark? It does have a dark theme. Where is it? There is a dark light theme. I think it's right down at the bottom. If you go down, light theme, dark theme, right at the bottom here. So if you click on light theme, it goes all white. Sorry for everyone's eyes. And then dark theme, it goes all dark. There we go. Okay, let's carry on scrapping as we're going. So we've got 18 expulsum. That's way under our veiled crystals amount we need. So let's go work out what else we can do. Well, we need to do another load of 100 bracers, so that's going to be the next thing. So we've got all these done. How much time have we got? We should have enough time to do another load. So let's go through and do these whilst we're here. So shimmer scale arm guards, 131. Let's go do, how much bag space have we got? 115. Okay, so let's do 110. Give ourselves a little bit of space and we'll do the rest afterwards. Create those. Why does that just go to 20? Oh, we're doing the wrong thing. Honourable combatants. We meant to do shimmer scale. The honourable combatants come later. Whoops. 110. There we go. Create those. At least it was something we can actually make. Otherwise that would have been a terrible mistake. Do you think TSM is transparent about the big data? We have access to the sell per day or average buyout, or do we have more? Well, TSM has two lots of data. That has the same data as the Undermined Journal has, so the data you can get from that is just what Blizzard supplies. The only other thing you've got is your own personal accounting data. So when you look at sale rate of something, now what have we got here? I was trying to think of something that's got a good sale rate on it that I haven't seen. There's the region sale rate, but if TSM has data for your own sale rate, like I have quite a lot on Samadan, like my Hexweave bags usually have a sale rate of 1 because I usually sell them all before they expire. Whereas the region sale rate might be slightly less, like something like 0.9 or 0.8. So TSM will show you the data for your own server and your own accounting data. Made it possible to craft another 34 honourable just while doing this chatting. That's good. Hopefully, if we can at least get some of these scrapped, we'll be in a good position. We'll mail these over once we've done those. And then hopefully Samadan will at least be able to make some enchants. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to sell them for a decent price come Wednesday. Or probably before then. Because you don't have to stream and talk and craft exactly. It can be slightly less efficient when you're doing it while streaming, but still, it's I wouldn't want it any other way, having all your company, so thank you all. You will do it someday. That would be nice to see a mushy stream. If you were so inclined, that is. You've certainly got the time for it. Right, so that's lots done. Meanwhile, you prepared a sample size of 6,000 purple, 6k blue, and 6k green braces for sample size in the new disenchant buff with patch. Ah, interesting. Yes, let us know what those numbers are, Rasheen. I'd be interested to know those. Right, where do we need to go? We need to mail these over to Samadan. So let's go to our group. Oh, everything's frozen. There it is. Groups back. Mail selected groups. And then the honourable stuff should go through as well. That's it. And then we're ready to scrap the rest of the greens. So let's go over here. That was a little bit excessive. And let's queue up a whole load more and start scrapping these. There you go. Have a cat cam too. Yeah, cat cam's always a bonus, definitely. Should do action stuff while 4x2 farming with the auction mount nearly. How do you mean do auction stuff whilst doing the 4x2 farm? That would be interesting. I think it'd get a little bit chaotic though. The green braces have, anyway in your mailbox, never catching up to scrap 60,000 braces. We have to craft new braces. That's just amazing. The disenchanting buff you're going to get with the new enchanting rods thing that you get with the new quest with 8.15, the profession items. Rabbit Bee, thank you very much for the raid. How are you? How was your stream? Thanks for stopping by. Welcome everyone from Rabbit's stream. How are you doing? I hope you had a good weekend. We don't know anything about it yet. Exactly. Maybe it doesn't even affect Veil Crystal rate. You never know. It'll be nice if it was. Scissor88, how are you? You're raiding, are you? Excellent. Well, I hope we don't distract you too much. Just have us on in the background. Basically levelling in WoD. Well, WoD is nice. I remember getting my flying in WoD. It definitely took a while. Yeah, because it's on the PTR, you don't know what it's going to make on the live. Exactly. It does give crystals from blue items, so it would be nice if that continues through. It would be nice if we got some extra. I would certainly be up for that. How are we doing on the Expulsum? 31 Expulsum, okay. That's looking a little bit more reasonable, but we were looking at over 100 Veiled Crystals we needed, so this is taking far too long to get this much Veiled Crystals, but at the moment this is our only good way of getting a decently priced Veiled Crystals. Currently trying to get that flying, haven't played since Kata. Well, it's a good one, that flying. Takes a while to get it though, definitely. What else did I miss? Does it still give crystals from blue items if you're colourblind? Muzzle top. I'm not sure if it works like that. Well, they can be whatever colour you like. Do you have some liberal... what's a Kara background, Panda? If it's constant buff to disenchanting and gives crystals from blue items, that's way too big influence on the market. Highly doubt Blizzard would let that go live for long. It would be interesting to see what happens, definitely. And how are you, Monstertop? Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna give it a go though. Got Legion flying last week, but WoD seems a bit harder to get. Yes, it does take quite a while to get. There's quite a few steps to do. How many more braces do we need to do? We can do another 47, so let's do those here whilst we can. So the extra enchanting amounts we have, especially on a high pop server, bring down price of enchants and stuff. Eventually, I don't know about the shuffle not being profitable. It depends, because I mean, look at the amount of time it's taken me to do all this shuffle. I spent most of the time on stream doing it, so it's not exactly something that everyone's going to do. Because as they say, time is money. I mean, this would be really efficient if you had 2 accounts doing it at the same time, one crafting and one scrapping. That would be useful. But not at my current rate, with just the 1 account. Didn't get enough of them done Friday. That's very true. I didn't. So I'm running on a shortfall, which is why at least we've got a good long stream on a Sunday to be able to do this, and hopefully still have some time for story time at the end. Let's just carry on through. Disenchanting 100 blues a day is nothing. Yeah, I know your numbers, Rasheen, are huge. That is very true. You still see 120 gold worth of dream shards and stacks posted up. People spending the time with a buyout. It's never enough time. Oh, some little mastermind of economy career in my background. No, there's no economy in my background at all. As much as you said, it's just 3D animation. It's far from economics, definitely. It's more of the creative side, shall we say. Although that does give me, from the technical point of view, I do like numbers, so I'm guessing that's where the gold making comes from. That's like a few people per server. Is that for the Dream Shard one? I haven't looked into that Dream Shard one actually. I'm intrigued now. But how much gold do I have? I currently have 147,000 on Earthen, my alt here, my Leatherworker Skinner. My main Samadan currently has about 1.5 million. We've been buying tokens every time I've gone over 1.5 million. I've got enough now for 6 months game time, which I'm going to buy before it runs out in April. So we should see an increase in Samadan's gold. Obviously we spent a massive 5 million early on in BFA to get the Brutasaur mount. So that's money well spent, well invested. Not everyone does disenchanting on average of 1,000 blues per day. There are many people doing more than 100 per day. Yeah. So what am I crafting? At the moment I'm doing bracers, the shimmer scale bracers on my Leatherworker, and then we are scrapping all the greens, disenchanting the blues. I've now collected up 40 Expulsum, which I'm going to go and make a whole load of Honourable Combatant Leather Arm Guards at rank 3, using my Tempest Hide that I bought really cheaply, and Calcified Bone, and this is going to cost me 210 gold per Honourable Combatant's Arm Guard, which is then going to turn it into a Veiled Crystal. So my Veiled Crystal price is going to be 210 gold. So I'm going to make all 40 of these. Go through these. Anything you should stock up on before 815? I'm not sure about stocking up. I would say carry on selling the stuff that people are going to want. So bags and enchants, leveling enchants, particularly like Elemental Force. So if you look at that, look at the bags and the enchants, look at the materials that people are wanting for those enchants. And I would say make sure you buy as much of those now before the prices go up, because then supply will be limited on those, and then the prices will go up accordingly. So if you can get all your materials for those things that people are going to be making, so you go one step below everyone else, and then keep an eye on that, like I was able to with the Tempest Hide, get a load of that at a really good price, and now the prices of that have gone up. Always be hoarding is what I like to say. You can never have enough stuff in your banks. So now we're going to go and send these bracers, these Honourable Combatant bracers, we're going to send these over to Samadan, and Samadan's going to disenchant them for at least 40 veiled crystals, which should at least allow me to make a few of these enchants that I want to sell. So let's go through and do all of those. I never did this quest though. I'm running low on time, so we may come back to Earth and then see if we can do that, just to get some leveling, because we're only 112. We'd like to get a little bit higher up on that. So let's go back to Samadan. Swap back on over. Playing games, how are you? Thanks, Stop and Bay. I'm loving the emotes. Who's the sloth emote? That's really cool. Wasn't too far off with your 400 braces. Yeah, I'd say that would be about right, Mushy, from looking at that. So I had, what was that, about 200 braces for about 40. So I still need a load more. So looking at this, all this honourable combatants. Oh, we did get a sale there, a pact of haste. So we'll do an open all mail. Otherwise, I'm going to have to click on each of these individually. Let's go through all of those. Litvi, thank you very much for the follow. Right, let's pick up all of those, and then we'll do a reload on page 2, see what's got in there. So this way we're going to have a look at all our enchants once we've done this. What else have we got? Some more packs of haste, so it's another 6,000 there on those. The Hexweave bag we sold for 1,200, that's even better. And then the Shimmer Scale arm guards, we've got loads of those blues to disenchant as well, so that's going to give us our Umbra shards as well. Let's take all of these out. I think we're going to run out of space in our bags soon. How much we got left? Got 7 more in the mail, and we got space for 6. So let's start disenchanting these. Now don't forget, I've got 2 Sinister Combatant stuff here. I don't want to disenchant those. That would be a mistake. So let me just post those on now. Let's just move this across a little bit. So shopping wise, let's pop that on for a good price of 15,000. That's a good start. Let's post that on, and then the other one, let's post that on for 10,000. That should be good. Let's post that on, or 8,000 rather. Okay. So now, let's just have a quick look at the mailbox, and we've got the fell hide through now, and we've got the Hexweave bag that we sold for 902. So let's take those as well. So that's all of those. So now looking at this, we now need to do so how much does it cost you to make a pact of haste? Let's go and have a look at that. Well, might as well answer that whilst we're here. So Pact of Haste, let's go look on TSM. Pact of Haste, the profit's not brilliant on that actually, 340 gold there. It's currently costing me, Veil Crystal times 4 is 851. And then, so the crafting cost is 1,500. According to that, selling them at 1,800. I need to have a look and see if I can put that at a higher price, because it's just been reset. Yeah, because TSM doesn't update that fast. We'll have a look. Pact of Haste, that was last looked at 1 hour 21 seconds ago. So if we were to then look on where we were at, shopping, Pact of Haste. So there we are at 1,899. We could probably go a bit higher on that, looking at that. It hasn't been updated, but I'm gonna have a look at maybe going a little bit higher than that on that one. Yeah, looking at that, what's our sale rate on Pact of Haste? Sale rate of 1. And not have to craft them. I like your thinking. I like your thinking, Mushy. Right, okay, let's take mine off. Hold on. I sold those quite quickly. As I'm 40 veiled crystals short, this is a very good idea. Thank you very much. I'm going to hit up that spider mount as soon as I hit the gold required. As with the Brutal, I'm going to buffer. I think I'll definitely buffer with this one, Proxiva, because I really need to be able to buy a lot of materials. So I'll allow myself at least probably another million over that before I go back onto that. It would be the safer thing to do, certainly. So in terms of where to go, if I was going to reset this market, so where are we at? Let's look at the time of the week. So we're at a Sunday, and the price has gone down to like 69 DB market, which is normally 2,700. Region market is 2,800. It has a good sale rate. You sold Pact of Haste for 3.7k each. Very nice. John 83, how are you? So if I was to take this chunk, I would definitely go everything up to the 3,000 and reset them at that one. D Grant, thanks for stopping by. You know what? Let's do it. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Pact of Haste is a good seller. So we're going to go through and just reset those. And the 3,000 mark could be nice, but why stop at 3,000? Why not, like Arthur's has said, go up for 3,700? Let's push it up even higher. It's 109% of DB market, so it cost me another 3 to buy those. It takes, oh, it only takes 4 veiled, but that's a lot of veiled, isn't it? So it would save me a lot of time. Right, let's do it. Let's do everything. Buy them all. Okay, we've done it. We've done it. Let's pick them up. And our cancels. Oh, we've run out of space. Hold on. Let's clear out some of these enchants. We can't do everything in one go. Let's disenchant some of these. We need to quickly list them up, but we need to make some space so we can take them out of our bags. We've got the 2 we cancelled, so we've just cleared a little bit of space. Now we need to go back on and put them on for a good price. So let's just, oh, we need to collect them up from the mailbox. Alright, we've got some of them on. There we go. Then we can go through and go onto my posting. Let's just look at, let's take everything off, deselect all, and just go on to rings, packs, good. Run post scan. Should be there. Normal price we're saying of 6,200. That might be a little excessive. So let's think. They do stack, which is good. I managed to pick them all up. I think 6,200 is too big of a reset. That's just massive. Let's be a bit more conservative. Let's try 4,200. I might have to do the other one first and change this one to 3,900. And then let's not put all 20 on. I mean, it doesn't cost me a lot to put all 20 on. So let's just post 10 on for now. I'll put the rest on a bit later. There we go. There we go. Let's try that. And whilst we're doing that, let's disenchant the rest of these. There you go. That's a market reset. It certainly was. Need never-ending bags in this game. You definitely do, Nox, definitely. Then again, you've got the gold for exactly Winchester. I wouldn't normally do this on many things, but because I know the packs of haste are selling quite well at the moment, and as Mushy very rightly pointed out, this has taken me a long time to make all these veiled crystals, and I'm getting it's going to cost me 4 veiled crystals per ring. So when it's only a 300 gold profit, that's not really worth it. I'd be better off selling the veiled crystals raw at that price. Because a veiled crystal, if I can sell for, what's a veiled crystal going for at the moment? Veiled crystal is, what's that, 375? And my mat cost is 212. So I could make a 400 gold profit on those veiled crystals. It's not a lot more than the 300 gold profit. We just made sure more expensive, did that. So how come I don't use TSM Destroy? I find TSM Destroy bugs out on me quite often. It's just difficult unless you are very careful with your scrolling. So for me, it's actually just as quickly and consistent. It's easier for me to just carry on and do this with my keyboard shortcut of using the equals key as I go round. The TSM Destroy is fine. It works fine, but when it stops working, then you've got to close it down and then find out why it didn't work and then put it back on again. Leatherworking bracelet shuffle is better than tailoring. It is, depending on the price of your materials. Yeah, the mist scale is quite expensive, but the Tempest hide I managed to get lots of it cheap. It very much, yeah, depends on your server and what's cheap. There's no blanket rule, which is why I set up the spreadsheet in the first place. It's down to putting in the prices of your server and then take it from there. The main thing to think about is, you know, what you're going to do with it, what's the cheapest way to make the braces, and what enchants you're going to make at the end of it. Like we just looked at the enchants for me, the profit margins on some of them weren't particularly high, so you've got to be careful with your time as well. Clicking the button before the lag is resolved, putting the item into the bag. Yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? And that loses the benefit of TSM Destroy, because the way you'd want to use TSM Destroy is quickly scroll the wheel mouse up and down whilst it's disenchanting, so that you can maximize the space between hitting disenchant and going on to the next one. So for me, I tend to find it more reliable just to stick through this method at the moment. Or blame Blizz for making it lag. Yeah, that's true. I missed a couple of things on chat there. I'll come back to them once I've done a couple more rows of these disenchants, and then I can go back and have a read. Can go around that issue with a macro though. That's true. If you're using CKS as well, that would be another idea. Where can you find the spreadsheet? I will put it in chat. Hold on, let me just share that link. I've got a YouTube video that accompanies it that goes through the explanation of it. So I'm just going to pop that in there. But if you go to my YouTube, which is there, and look at my latest videos, one of them is the Bracer Super Shuffle, also mentioned by Want to Buy Gold, aka Reckles, and it goes through in detail the reasoning behind that shuffle and how it works. And you need to make sure you have a leather worker and a tailor to get maximum use out of it. Yeah, so looking at the reagents on my spreadsheet, you need to take a copy of the spreadsheet yourself, save a local copy, and then you can put in your own numbers, and then it'll be a lot easier that way. Let me just, what else did I miss on there? That was a load of stuff. Conflicted somehow, if I remember. As soon as you disabled it, worked. Okay. Do you think it's worth to invest like 500,000 to push all professions, including old world stuff? I would love to collect them over time, certainly. The professions. I wouldn't necessarily just go all in and and just like spend a blanket 500,000 gold. But I would, things like enchanting, I'd certainly want to make sure I've got all different levels of them. Leatherworking only costs 755 to make one epic leather bracer, even with a 1/7 chance of getting expulsion. Cheap for you to get tailoring braces for the tailoring and then leatherworking. Exactly, Epics. Find out the price that works for you. Jamson, thank you very much for the follow. What else did I miss? I think I got most of the other things. Guess time to transfer your leatherworker not played in 8 years to your tailor server. Wow, yeah, definitely make use of it. Still a lot cheaper than deep sea satin. Yeah, deep sea satin is massively expensive at the moment, so it's a lot harder. I wouldn't use the honourable satin bracers for getting veiled crystals, because they would cost me 800 gold, which is way too much. Mel Edwards, how are you? Don't catch the stream very often, but always watch me on YouTube. Oh well, thank you for stopping by. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you're doing well, and thanks for watching my YouTube videos. Is auction house flipping best for money making right now, or mount farming? It all depends really on what your server's economy is like and what you find fun, and also what else you could do with that time. I mean, flipping I think is generally considered a more consistent way of making gold, especially if you know what to flip. If you look at someone like Bregfids in his YouTube videos, he goes through a lot of detail about that. Mount farming is a little bit more random, so it all depends on what you can get and whether someone's going to buy it as well. Is there a limit on how many mails can one character have unopened? Yeah, Rashid knows that. No, there isn't. And as the Blizzard GMs would remind you, your mailbox is not bank storage. Tie spray is 3 gold, shimmer scales 18, so definitely tailoring braces is the first stage. Yeah, at those prices, definitely. But for the second, deep sea is like 50, whereas Tempest Hide and Calcified Bones might too. Exactly, so there's an obvious route there to start with the tide spray braces and then move on over to the leatherworking. But the amount is huge. You had over 30k in mails at one moment. Wow, that's massive. Oh gee, your VIP feeling just went away. What was that, Danny? All those packs posting. Well, we'll have a look and we'll see what happens. We'll see if we get any sales on them. Is farming transmog still good? You've been away a while. I'm not a great fan personally of transmog, but that's mainly because on my server Shadowsong I sell it very, very rarely. I don't have the volumes of it, so I probably don't have a massive example, but for me I found transmog not to be worth it. But all the things farming, as Mushy says, would be useful if you're looking to help someone who's like Mushy in collecting all the things. So if you can find those, that's definitely good. So we got 43 veiled crystals out of all of that. We did all the pacts in one foul swoop. So let's have a look at our list of things. So the packs of haste, we can get rid of those because we've done those in one foul swoop. It's probably worth having a look at the pact of mastery and versatility as well, as we're about to make 8 of each of those, and let's just have a look and see what prices those are. So let's go on over to this and have a look. So shopping wise, we did Pact of Haste. Pact. Pact of Mastery. Only downside is that the person cannot get to part 2 of the shuffle. Profits have decreased tremendously, but caution anyone planning to do it. Yes, I think that's a good cautionary thing to say. Epic Gamers. Will it cause increase of map prices? Yes, I've certainly noticed an increase in map prices simply because I'm buying them all out myself. Therefore, people are raising their prices accordingly. It's only because I'm buying them so much. Transmogs are okay, just slow sales. Makes you enough at least 1 token a month. Well, that's a pretty good sign. If ever I've met one, itsy misses. Enough for a token is good. So looking at these again are down at 2,000 and 2,100 gold. Pact of Mastery, region sale rate is 0.42. Now according to mine, I've got a sale rate of 1, which means that they've all sold. I've sold 26 of them. Last one was 9 hours ago. Average sale price of 2,500. So I would say I could quite happily buy these 3 and then post those back on at the higher price of 3,000. So I'm going to take these 3 Pacts of Mastery and reset those. And whilst we're here, we'll look at the versatility. Now these are a bit higher, 2,700. Now my sale rate again says 1. Last sold a day ago. Sold 26 of them for an average of 2,900. So not too far off of that. My crafting cost is 1,500, so that's a good 1,100 profit margin on those. So I think that would be alright actually. I would be okay with that price at 2,700. Considering the region sale average is more like 0.42, so it's a slightly lesser one there. So rather than spend all my gold on these, especially as there's 10 here and 10 here, so I'm going to stick with those. Yeah, the one on the haste was too low, definitely. Oh, we managed to collect one of the tie spray linens there. Let's collect those. There we go. Okay, so looking back at our crafting list, we've just bought a whole load of, was it Mastery or Versatility? I can't remember. It was Mastery, wasn't it? Yeah, so let's take the Masteries off. We probably need some though, because we didn't make all of them. And Versatility, probably making 8 might be a bit much. Let's make 6 of those. So let's go through those. Critical Strike. Let's make just a few of these and a few of these. How much Veiled Crystals is that going to use up though? Got that in the Volatile Fire, we've got that. So we just need to have a look. Okay. Oh, thank you, Lizard. We do need to. Oh, we need to swap over, do a bit of story time a bit later. So let's just have a look at how many of these have we got. We've got Versatility, 2 in the bags. So we need to make some more of those definitely, because there was a good profit margin on those. Let's make these, and then the Mastery. Looking at the Mastery. We have 4 in the bags, 4 total. Is that right? Did we already post those up? No, there we go. Story out of my cookbook. We're doing the collector's edition novella. We're reading that. So let me just go through and look at my last few things here. So I'm going to make some more of the Masteries. We're going to leave these because we didn't have enough Chaos Crystals for that. So we have to leave that another time. And the Spell Thread, we're missing the Volatile, so we need to go to an alt for that. So that should do me for now. I'm going to clear my queue on that lot. Let's post these on. Everything we've just made. So let's go through and auctioning. Let's select everything up. Run a post scan. There we go. If your server has a good transmog vendor, try to sell items. He does not sell. Yeah, so you kind of find the gaps, really, isn't it? So, critical strike 2,100. That's quite cheap. We didn't look at critical strike, did we? Let's skip that for the moment. Let's go on to mastery, which is at 3,000 now, which is a better price. Let's go with that. Put all those in there. And versatility, 1,100 for that. Yeah, we're okay with that price. And then haste is 4,200. So there's already one in there. Where's our haste? Let's have a look. So from our reset, where's haste gone? Oh, there we are at the bottom. So we've got one person coming in underneath us. So let's come back underneath that. And get those hastes down. Well, probably didn't need to do all of. Actually, no, let's do all of them, and then we can always take them off and put them back on. There we go. There we are. Okay.
If you find anything
So, critical strike. Let's just have a quick look at that. Finish off the different packs. Pact of crit. Let's have a quick look at this. So. Now I have 14 of these at 2,100. This is another thing that we might want to reset the price on, because we've definitely gone down here, 640 gold profit. We probably want to push it up by, there's a lot of them, that's the main problem. So I've got loads here at 14, but there's 2, 4, 6, 7, 11, 14, until we go up to 2,200, and then we jump to 2,400. It gives me a couple of gold extra, and there's a few more singles here, and then we go up to 2,700, is about a bit more reasonable. Ideally we'd like to be up here at 2,800, but that might be too many to buy. That's going to cost me quite a lot. It does save me. Crafting cost is 1,500. So the profit is 640 on those, so it's not terrible. We could probably just push it up a little bit. 2,200 here is a little bit low. So what I might do is put mine in here at... What should we do? If someone has rank 2 and buy all the mats. Yes, new event, and that was probably Proxiver, who has been gifting many subs. Congratulations, welcome to the Samadan squad. Hey, Lizard GM, I love the thumbs up. Hold on. What was that one I was missing? Where can I change crafting costs of the potions, for example? Tried to change it, but you failed to find where. Oh, what did I miss? Kira, thank you very much for using your Prime. Welcome to the Samadan squad. I have a whole load of chef's hats and thumbs up. Thank you very much indeed. So I missed some chat there. Let me just scroll back up. Where can you change the crafting cost of a potion, for example? Try to change. So are you thinking mat cost or the crafting cost? Because crafting cost is coming from the mat price. So say, for example, tailoring, crafting reports, materials here. These are the prices of all your materials. So say, for example, boar ribs is using the minimum between average buy, DB market, crafting, vendor buy, and convert DB market. You could change that to something else, like say you got all your boar ribs for 10 gold, you could just take all that out and put 10 gold in, or you could do something like average buy or DB market just on its own, and then that will work out the crafting cost of the item that uses those boar ribs. The right tab materials fixed mat price. Yep, as Mushy just said there actually. What else did we miss on? Time to shuffle 10,000 tie spray linen. Good luck, Epics. Hope that works. Are you trying to find potions there, but nothing showed up? So it's not the potions themselves. That's in the crafts. What you need to look is the materials on the right hand side, and look for the materials for the potion. and then that's what feeds into the crafting cost. The crafting cost is calculated by the material price of each individual material for that craft, if that makes sense. Right, so I was looking at the critical ones. I think I'm going to leave those for now. I'm not sure it's worth me driving these down to the bottom. I'm not even sure I should be having them here at this. I mean, 640 is okay though, so I'm going to leave them at that for now. Also need to change your crafting operations to add a proc rate. Of course, yes, there's proc rate for potions, isn't there? I haven't thought about adding that in. Glitter, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you had a good weekend. Hope you're doing well. So I think what I'm going to do here is just finish off with a little bit of story time. Let me just grab a drink and get the collector's edition novella, and maybe fly to somewhere with some nice music like Stormsong Valley, and then we'll do a little bit of story time. So I'm reading the collector's edition novella. Let's finish off with that. Let's go head on over to here. Right, I'll be back in a moment. Right, here we are. Let's go sit ourselves on a rock so we can be sitting comfortably. Hold on, can't do that. So this. There we go. Oreo's joined in. Right, okay. What did I miss on the chat? Does mean you'll need to divide crafting by 1.4 in your auctioning strings as well. Right. Okay, Oreo. We'll get some extra attention for you too. There we go. Right, let's see if we can make him bigger again. Just look at D in blue item, Science of A, getting a Veil Crystal. The blue item was a 340. Oh, okay. So quite high. Oh, going into pounce mode, are you? Okay. Is there a way to disenchant a certain piece of gear? How do you mean? Like automatically disenchant something? You can do that in TSM destroying. But it goes on a few seconds. Yeah, probably. He's just getting comfortable now. So we have been reading, steadily getting through the collector's edition novella. I've only read the Alliance side so far. I still haven't gone through and done the Horde side. That's to come. But as a way of finishing off the stream, I'm going to read out the carry on from where we're at. No, I can't remember where I was at last. Oh yes, that was right. Saofang defeated Ferrin. That was the last thing that happened. That was terrible. So let's carry on and go through. So the attack is going on with the Horde attacking the Night Elves in Darnassus. They froze over the rivers, that's right, and the siege engines came over. So right, let's carry on. The fleet had run into dangerous weather as it made its way toward Feralis. Storms had driven several vessels off course, and now they were blinded. They were behind schedule. Though she pressed her crew to top speed, Cordessa was in no rush to experience the harsh sun and burning sand of Silithus. She and Shandris Feathermoon had known of one another, of course, devoted as each was to Lady Tyrande, but Cordessa had never served directly beneath the General of the Sentinels. She'd played it calm and cool when she had discussed her assignment with Delarin, happy that her younger friend would get a chance to serve with Commander Windward. But Anorus Windward was merely famous. Shandris Feathermoon was a legend, and Cordessa secretly shook in her boots as she thought of meeting her. She needn't have worried. Shandris's deep friendship with Tyrande was rooted in similarities, and the nigh mythic archer and general turned out to be warm and accessible. Shandris led almost without effort, acknowledging efficiency and dedication with praise and inspiring her soldiers to improve. There were rules, but they made sense. There was discipline, but never punishment, and even admonishments were little more than a well-placed word. More often than not, Cordessa was invited to share the general's table in her cabin, while storms raged outside. Wine was uncorked, stories were told, and each day blended into the next. They were discussing the best fletching choices for arrows when Shandris spotted a shape in the night sky. Cordessa followed her general's gaze and went cold. It was a bird, larger than any seagull, and flying at night. A storm crow. That could only mean one thing. Cordessa and Shandris surged from their chairs as the storm crow, who was not a storm crow, landed on the deck, changing into her elven shape. The druid trembled from exhaustion. She looked very young. Where are all the other druids that Malforan is forced to utilize these barely into their training? No, little sister, Shandris said as the druid struggled to rise. Do not tire yourself further, but speak. What has happened? Cordessa poured the girl some water, and Shandris knelt to offer it to her. Horde, the druid said after draining the cup. The army! It turned. It's heading for Darnassus, not Silithus. Malfurion sent me. You all have to come back. Horror crashed over Cordessa, as if she'd been doused with ice water. No, she breathed. Not Darnassus. Not the shining city they had sacrificed so much to create, and she was right in the path of the oncoming army. Shandris, she of 1,000 battles, recovered more quickly than Cordessa. It was a brilliant plan, she murmured, every step. Her eyes were distant, thoughtful, but they did not bargain that we would travel so slowly. Did you find me first? Yes, General, the druid said. I was to tell you before all others. I regret asking you, but are you strong enough to carry this message to the rest of the ships? Those behind us? Tyrande had sent them out, staggered, to deceive the Horde. Futilely, it turned out. Of course, said the young druid. Cordessa wasn't so sure, but there was nothing for it. Do so, Shandris ordered. Tell them to have their druids command nature to bring us wind. We need to return to Darkshore immediately. Do you understand? The druid, haggard and pale, nodded gamely. Shandris smiled and squeezed her shoulder. Give us just a little more, then you can rest. What's your name? Teshara. Teshara, Shandris said gravely. You may have just saved your people. Through her wariness and fear, the young druid brightened. Delarin did not recognize the strange groaning as the river freezing over until it was too late. And indeed, shortly thereafter, there was another sound, the roar of victorious, bloodthirsty Horde soldiers who were now able to cross. She had never expected to stop the Horde at Falfaran, just delay them to enable as many innocents to flee as possible, and to allow every fighting Kaldorite to join the fray. Even so, this was a blow. The Horde was one step closer to their goal, after so many had died trying to stop them. Then, sweet as music, a runner brought the words that she had been waiting to hear. Malfurion is coming. Druids had told the young messenger that they had seen the white stag gleaming like Malorn, kissed by the moons. He ordered some to stay and assist, but said that most of us should retreat to find you. Thank you, Elune. Sylvanus is with the army, Delarin told the runner. His eyes widened, and he remained silent. I should not have told him. What would he possibly do if he were to see the Dark Lady, except die? She asked, What is your name? Tavar. What are your skills, Tavar? The insecurity vanished. He gave her a quick grin as he stepped into shadows and disappeared. She hadn't the time to be amazed, yet she was. He was very good, for one so young. She thought of the Forsaken who had killed Anares, of his leering face, of all those who had died late by poison blades in the attack that no one had seen coming. Anger fueled her. She harnessed it, a nascent idea plucking at the corners of her mind. I have need of such skills. Find the druids you spoke with, gather a team, then come with me, Tavar. If Malfurion wishes us to buy time, we should not disobey. The sounds of combat followed Talarin's company as they ran through the forest, their foothills steady as they left defeat at the Falfarin and raced towards the next goal and possible victory. Anduin couldn't sleep. Ever since the battle in Ashenvale had begun, he had only been able to rest for brief fitful moments here and there. He threw on some clothes, lit a candle and padded to the map room. There he lit a few of the standing candelabra, placed his own candle carefully on the table and regarded the world laid out before him. Ashenvale. He recalled the ever more dire missives that had managed to reach him in Tyrande. We have lost the Falfarin. Sylvanas is here. Panic in Darnassus. You can't sleep either, I see. Gen's normally hard face was softened by the glow of the single candle he carried. The young king turned his gaze back to the map. Any word from the queen? The Gilneans from the Howling Oak encampment had come through shortly after Mia left. The queen had stayed longer to coordinate efforts in Darnassus, and Anduin was uneasy about that choice. She sends letters, Gen said. Damn stubborn woman. She'll send every last rabbit through before she'll come herself. Which of you learned stubbornness from the other? Anduin said, trying to smile. Gen grunted. We've been together so long I don't even remember. He pretended not to be concerned, but when it came to his family, Gen Greymane was more transparent than he liked to believe. What about you, my boy? Anduin was silent for a moment. He gestured to the map. We don't have enough figures to even represent an army this size, he said, and his voice cracked. Gen, they're going to lose Darnassus. I know. The old man's voice was kind as he stepped beside Anduin. It's a brilliant strategy. I'll give the Horde that. Anduin winced. First Theramore, now Darnassus. They'll have all of Kalimdor except for Azumist, and mark my words, we'll be evacuating Draenei soon. The Draenei were hardly in a position to assist the beleaguered Night Elves, though some brave souls had travelled to do so. Once Darnassus fell, the hungry Horde would doubtless turn their attention to Azumist. Possibly. The young king rubbed his tired eyes. The strategy is more brilliant than you know. Eh? Gen frowned. How's that? The Horde will never conquer an alliance that truly is one. When we are unified, we are unstoppable, even without a navy, he said, referring to the terrible beating ships from both factions had taken on the broken shore during the first stage of the war against the Burning Legion. But if they divide us, they can pick us off one by one. That day will never come. Anduin faced the gruff warrior, who had become both mentor and friend. Will it not? He asked, quietly. What will happen when the Kaldrai lose their world tree? We retaliate. We march on the Undercity. They will hold Darnassus hostage against our doing that. Try though we might, we'll never get everyone through the portal before the city falls. It's just not possible. If we attack the Undercity or Silvermoon, the Horde will destroy the World Tree and whatever prisoners they take in this battle. Do you think Night Elves would tolerate that? Gen's frown deepened. He didn't reply. Anduin continued. His voice was so soft it was barely above a whisper. And what of Gilneas? What will you say to me if I chose to help the Kaldrai first? Which he would, especially if the Horde threatened thousands of prisoners, and Gen knew it. I cannot act if the alliance is divided, Anduin said. That's what this action is intended to do, Gen. Not just take Darnassus, but to use it against us, striking at the very heart of what makes our kingdoms the alliance. Sylvanas is going to turn us against one another. That's the grand plan. He shook his head, his eyes on the small figures on the table. I was a fool not to see it earlier. Gen was silent for a long time. When did you learn so much about strategy? Anduin laughed humorlessly. I was reading when I should have been sparring. Well, you are a fool, Anduin turned to regard him, surprised by the words. A fool to think for a moment that I would withdraw my support because you are helping the Kaldrai. Do I want my kingdom back? My people returned to their homes? Of course I do. Do I want it badly enough to allow innocent night elves to suffer when they so generously have helped the Gilneans these past few years? When they mitigated the Worgen curse so we could hang on to ourselves and not get lost in madness? When they fed us, sheltered us, and offered us their home when we had nothing? Gen made a dismissive noise, somewhere between a huff and a snarl. No, I would never betray that kindness by turning my back on them now. Sylvanas doesn't understand about the living, and she certainly doesn't understand the Alliance. She is in for a rude awakening, and you can mark my words. For a moment, Anduin simply stared in shock. Then, for the first time in what felt like aeons, he smiled with true pleasure. In the midst of it, all the bleakness, all the fear and apprehension and horror, here was something good and strong to hold true, and true to hold on to. And Gen Greymane, he of the quick temper and sullen stubbornness, who had once turned away from the Alliance and lived behind a wall to indulge his own self-interest, had gifted it to Anduin. I mark your words, Gen Greymane, and my heart is full to hear them. They are a beacon in a time of terrible darkness. Both men turned to see Tarandu standing in the doorway, still dressed in her priestess's robes. Though her face was drawn with pain, there was a softness, a lightness to it that Anduin had not seen for days. She stepped toward them, holding a rolled-up scroll in one hand. I came to deliver bad news. I did not know that I would hear something to restore my very soul while doing so. Thank you for that. She lifted a hand and murmured something. Anduin could not possibly have felt a forest breeze stirring in his blonde hair, but he did. He smelled summer and living things, and his exhaustion was blown away like floating seeds blown from a windflower. We shall not be divided, even if my city falls. She closed her eyes in pain. They are making a stand at Ashtanar. Wow. So, part 4 of the book is The Last Stand, and then that is probably the whole of the Alliance section. Let me just look ahead. Is there another chapter after that? It's quite a long one. Oh no, there's a part 5. And then we go over to the Horde side. Okay, so there's still lots to read. I hope you enjoyed them. Let me just move the book over. What did I miss out on chat? The Frozen of the Rivers, Reading Before the Storm. Now this is the novella that came with the collector's edition, so it's slightly different from Before the Storm. Storytime is the best time. Thank you, Danny. Started great but ended weak. I quite liked the kind of like the final scenes of Before the Storm. Okay, Mushy. Tuesday's next stream. I'm not sure exactly what time. I'll have to play it by ear according to the family. Part of the stream, even as an observer. Well, thank you, Lex Ray Specs. No problem, Crazy Pink. So, yes, as Mushy said, next stream isn't going to be my usual Wednesday. I'm going to do one on Tuesday to make up for it, because I've got some arrangements with my family for the Wednesday, so I can't do Wednesday. So I'm not sure exactly what time I'll do. I'll try and keep it around the same sort of time as my Wednesday one. It's quite late, because I know Gumdrop streams on a Tuesday, so I'll try and do it after his a little bit. You just dropped 8k at 2.7 gold. Well, keep buying it, Wise Coder. There's always a use for Tide Spray, as long as you've got the time to turn it into braces. But thank you everyone who hung out in the stream tonight. Really appreciate your company. I'll sort John's giveaway out after the stream. Let me just find... Where's my... There it is. I think we will send a host on over. It looks like Sea Thrift is currently streaming, so I think we'll send a host over to another fellow gold maker and a very chill one at that, as Danny can attest to. So let's set that one up. Make sure I spelt that correctly. Yeah, there we go. So we're going to send a host over to Seathrift, send her some love and some more gold making adventures going her way. She's gold farming with viewers at the moment. So, no worries, Bacon. You'll always be able to catch it up on YouTube when I post the video on up, or the VOD if you can't wait for then. Thank you everyone for hanging out tonight. Really enjoyed your company. And until next time, till Tuesday, have a great rest of your weekend, if you have any left. I know mine's just literally disappeared. So, good night, farewell, happy gold making, and we'll send us host over to Seathrift.